Adults in America have pre-diabetes, but most don't know it. To let people know it can be reversed before it becomes type 2 diabetes, professional basketball player Julius Randle is doing everything in reverse.
I'm only dunking with reverse windmills. I drove the whole way to practice in reverse. I don't recommend it. This move's called the reverse shuffle. I do recommend it. And it took me months to learn how to speak in reverse, like this. Years 10 almost for diabetes type 2 with living Ben has mom my. In other words, my mom has been living with type 2 diabetes for almost 10 years. So together, we want to say to the 84 million Americans at risk, exercise and healthy eating can help reverse prediabetes. Start by taking a simple 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Bet he can't say that in reverse.
This hour of Talkin Ball is brought to you by Talent Heating and Air. When you need service, rely on Talent. From system installations to tune-ups, rely on Talent. Online at talenthvac.com.
ALCert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are our grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
Welcome to Talkin Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
There you go. Welcome back. Welcome in. It's our Wednesday edition of Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond. Happy Wednesday morning, everybody. Temperature right now, 34 degrees outside. Your high today is 56. The warmer weather is coming. By the weekend, we'll be in the 80s. Talent Heating and Air. Telling you. Give them a call today, 256-503-4490, talenthvac.com. More importantly, time is running out. You need to sign up for the Talent Heating and Air Bracket Challenge presented by Cherokee Ridge. I say time is running out because we are just over 24 hours from the little lock happening, and you won't be able to sign up for it. Make sure you get signed up today for the Talent Heating and Air Bracket Challenge presented by Cherokee Ridge. You're going to get a year's membership to Cherokee Ridge, and we got other prizes. We'll throw in some other stuff. We got stuff lying around here in the studio we can just give away. Chairs, desks, tables, whatever. If we don't like it, we'll just give it away. We give away stuff at UAH all the time. We'll just give away stuff here. We got signs. We got an SEC Media Day dining hall sign. We can just give that away, too. We'll just give away whatever we want to give away.
Just like Alabama's baseball team that's sorry as piss.
we can just give away all kinds of stuff for the bracket challenge. We can just look around this room, and if we want to give it away, we'll just give it away. But anyway, time is running out. Your Talent Heating and Air Bracket Challenge presented by Cherokee Ridge. 256-576-4977. That's the number to the phone lines. You can join us throughout the morning. Last night, NCAA Division II regional basketball, the UAH Chargers would control the first 20 minutes of the game. 35-32, the Chargers would lead Nova in the Sweet 16 in the half. The Chargers, boy, they came out and looked impressive in the first half, held Nova to some dismal shooting numbers. They were 2 of 10 from behind the arc in the first half was Nova. UAH was 8 of 16 in the first half. Boy, the second 20 minutes, the script flipped and UAH went ice cold. They were 6 of 22 from behind the arc while Nova heated up 13 of 28 from the floor. And UAH just could not overcome the second half woes.
No, they faded down the stretch. Matt Thurman, much respect in his last game at UAH. He played an outstanding game, I believe. And I think he was 8 of 9 from the floor.
Yeah, he was.
And
5 of 6
from 3, some of them from the parking lot. He certainly kept UAH in the game in the second half. Kudos to that Warrior. Quentin Tolles had a great regional as well, helping the Chargers get to the Sweet 16. It did sound like from listening to Steve's call that Graziani's nephew, it'd have to be older than that, his uncle or maybe his grandfather was officiating. Sometimes you run into that, unfortunately, though, when you are having to play on a team's home floor.
Yeah.
And you have to overcome it by continuing to make shots, to make free throws, to do the little things.
He had 30, did Dallas Graziani last night.
I'm sure he
did.
did.
If that name sounds familiar to folks, remember he was with Samford when Samford made that run in the NCAA tournament. He was the guard for Samford back in that NCAA tournament
He came off the bench for Bucky. He stayed a year and then decided he wasn't going to play enough because of the transfer from Florida, and then he went back
to Nova.
To Nova so he get paid NIL by the Mafia Don or whoever the hell it is that bankrolls them. But they're really good. Sounds like their fan base is classless, but sometimes that happens in life. They probably just take winning for granted because they win a lot.
They win in everything.
I mean, they have an outstanding athletic department. They've won a couple of national championships. They're the defending Division II national champion. And they'll be, as Steve said last night, now that they're 30-1, they'll be the number 1 seed almost assuredly over in Pittsburgh, and then have a chance to get to Indianapolis and play in the finals. So, but a great run for UAH, man, considering they had 10 new guys and lost the majority of their scoring, rebounding, pretty much everything from a year ago. And to come together the way they did to overcome the injuries. And let's not forget, the season was in peril about 21 games in. They were 14-7, and they had to go on a late run to get into the Gulf South Conference tournament. Right. And not just that, but to be able to qualify to get into the regional because – Scott, I know they lost a tough one to West Alabama and then sent their asses home when it counted. But
made me happy on that one.
They were the 7 seed.
Yes.
So that means they were one of the last teams in.
Yes. And to get to the Sweet 16 2 years in a row, last year's team was so good that you expected them to be in that spot, that if they could get by Nova, a national championship could be in the picture. I mean, it was one of those teams. This year's team to get to the Sweet 16, I mean, look, it exceeded what I thought they could do.
Well, I mean, look, in 2 years, Mick Hedgepeth, the smooth operator, is 55-12.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
Is it?
I mean, and if you don't count classless Nova, and that's what they are in the Druin area from now forward.
2,
that's 55-8.
Yeah, because he lost to him twice three times last year. First game, or twice last year. First game, last game.
First and last this year.
First, last this year. That's 4.
Yeah, 55-8 without playing Nova. So he's done a hell of a job, no doubt about it. Classless Nova, good luck to him.
Well, we do, speaking of Nova being a number 1 seed, we do now have the seeds for the women's tournament.
Nice.
They did reseed it.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday a little bit.
Yep, they did reseed it, and the UAH Chargers have drawn the 5th seed.
How can you draw the 5th seed when you're one of 3 number 1s that made it. Is that not right? We said that yesterday.
Yes.
There was 3 number 1 seeds that got through to the Elite 8. So how the hell are you not at worst the 3rd?
Don't know. You are the 5 seed. Yeah.
I mean, obviously I get they can use this as fuel, but I guess they're saying the South region's not very good.
To me, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Grand Valley State is the number 1 seed.
And were they a 1?
They were a 1.
Okay.
Yes. Indiana was a number 1. Indiana, Pennsylvania was a number 1 as well. They're the 2 seed.
Okay. Yeah, that
Your
makes
3
sense.
seed is Colorado Mesa.
Right.
And Colorado Mesa was a 3 seed in this tournament.
And they're a 3 seed overall.
And they're a 3 seed going in there. They beat the number 1 seed, Texas Women's, to get there. But yes, they are the 3 seed. Cal Poly Panoma.
Panoma, yeah.
Okay. Cal Poly Panoma was a 3 seed.
Yeah.
They are the 4 seed. And UAH is a 5 seed. So they will play Cal Poly on the 24th at 7:30 p.m.
Well, you know what all that has in common with Colorado and California? They probably were smoking some of Aiden Holloway's Doja. That's probably what happened.
If UAH does get past Cal Poly, which we hope they do, they would take on the winner of Grand Valley State and Carson Newman. Carson Newman got the 8th seed out of Tennessee. Indiana, Pennsylvania, the 2 seed. Holy Family, the 7. Colorado Mesa, 3. And Minnesota Duluth is the 6th seed. So there you go.
Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense at all. But we do know the UAH Chargers, the women, will play on the 24th, which is a Tuesday night. Next Tuesday night, they will play the 24th in Pittsburgh, taking on Cal Poly Panoma.
Well, good luck at Pamantes, man. Hope you get a chance to experience it and let me know.
All right, so there you go. 256-576-4977. That is the number to the phone lines. You can join us here on a Tuesday morning. And one more thing from last night, NIT action. The Auburn Tigers started off slow.
Yeah.
Trailed at the half 36-30 to South Alabama. Kevin Overton scores 7 threes in the second half. And Auburn does pull away a little bit, 78-67, your final.
Yeah.
But the story in this one is not who played, but who did not play in this ball game and who will not play for Auburn the rest of the way.
Ever again.
Yes, ever again. And that is one Keyshawn Murphy.
And now you wonder why they didn't win.
In some of those games.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, he had a solid year, but when you don't even tell your team and you just bail
Yes.
and you don't show up for practice and you just decide I'm opting out,
Yes.
it's Bush League. Never liked Keyshawn Murphy as a player. He's talented. He's no question. I watched him at Ramsey playing for a good friend, Denton Johnson, but didn't think he was consistent enough, especially when it mattered. I thought he showed great patience in staying at Mississippi State and waiting his turn, and then he had a good year last year. Then he bailed on them to get a payday at Auburn,
Yeah.
and he got it. And he was he was solid, just like he was for Mississippi State, but I didn't think he was a true difference maker. He needed to be better, I thought, honestly, because he was really the only SEC big they had. He had a huge game when they beat Kentucky at home, but at other moments he disappeared. And then, speaking of disappearing, look what he did here. I mean, he just totally quit on his team.
Disappeared.
I mean, he did. I mean, there's no excuse for that.
Here is Stephen Pearl after the game last night, of course, being asked about the situation.
Yeah, I mean, Murph has decided not to play, in these games, and I'm not sure why, but listen, we love Murph, and have a lot of love for everything he's done for us and his commitments to this program. So wish him well. want him to still finish up academically. But, I got nothing but love for Murph. He came here and wanted to try and make history for Auburn, and, he's just ultimately decided not to play. So
he made some history,
just pour
all right.
into the guys that, are here and, want to hoop.
Ultimately decided not to play. And it's telling when Steven Pearl's first words out of his mouth, or some of his first words are, I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't, normally they'll sit there and
then I got high. Then I got high.
Normally they'll say, well, he's focusing on whatever, or he's doing this, or he's beat up, or, they say something. And Steven Pearl just flat out says, well, I don't know why.
I mean, look, do you not want to compete? I mean, the guy's not getting drafted. Okay?
No.
He was never getting drafted. He can play overseas. He certainly can play professionally. He has the talent, but he's not ever getting drafted in the NBA. All right? It's not going to happen. And I wouldn't pay him squat. If he still has an NIL deal, he would be done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay him another dime, and he's not allowed back in the practice facility either. Bye-bye. Just move on and go prepare for Slovakia.
We got to get a break in here. When we come back, talk some college basketball. And Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith put something out on Twitter. And maybe his research team should have done a little bit of research before he put this out on Twitter. Oh. And then some, you know what? And when stupid people say stupid things, we have to point it out because they're stupid. We'll fill you in on all that as well.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. This is Charger basketball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Swings it over to Jordan Mabe. Mabe attacks it. Boy, Jordan wants some. He'll scoop it. Lays it up and one for Jordan Mabe. Oh,
this is Charger basketball.
A three in the corner. Up and good for Q. He now has 20 in the game. We're tied at 66.
This is Charger basketball.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead, ran away, and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
Hey, I'm Bobby White, and we have amazing truck month deals right now at Lynn Layton Ford. With your good credit, get 0% financing for 60 months with zero down, plus zero payments for 90 days, and $1,000 bonus cash on new F-150s. That's 0 for 60, zero down, zero payments for 90 days, plus $1,000 bonus cash on new 25 F-150s. Save up to $5,000 off MSRP on 25 Rangers, $5,000 off on Ranger. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2025 Explorers, up to $10,000 off. We've got new Maverick hybrids starting at under $28,000. That's right, new 25 Maverick hybrids are truck month priced from just $27,840, and you'll never be asked to pay any hidden markups or dock fees. Come see us while supplies last by March 31st. We hope to see you real soon at Lynn Layton Ford, right in the heart of Ford country, just a mile south of the Beltline indicator, or online anytime at lynnlaytonford.com.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. At the Aldridge Law Firm in the Legal Town Center, we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Join us this Thursday, live from Field Day. We'll be watching tournament games all day long, plus a chance to win some fabulous prizes. That's this Thursday at Field Day off of University Drive, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back. 7:19 here on a Wednesday morning. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond. Welcome in here on a Wednesday. And that first segment was about idiot Keyshawn Murphy. just
Dropkick Murphy.
Just basically up and deciding to walk away without telling his coach he's going to walk away. This one here, so we got stupid stuff all morning long.
Because Keyshawn was their best big. And you could help them win 5 games.
This one belongs to Indiana Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith.
Now, I haven't heard this one, so.
Okay. The idiot goes out on Twitter.
Okay.
And puts out there this is what he says. Okay. I'm going to read this because I wrote it down, so I made sure I'd get it right. In the history of college athletics.
Right.
No two teams from the same state have ever won the NCAA football or basketball championships in the same year. Indiana did their part in January, and he put a picture of Purdue next to it.
So he's saying Purdue needs to hold up their end of the bargain, right?
Right.
Okay.
But he says, in the history of college athletics, no two teams from the same state have ever won the football or basketball championships in the same year.
Did he live in Slovakia in 2006? I'm just asking.
Apparently not. Apparently he had no clue.
Because Florida did something, in
06.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
and
I don't know.
And you can also mention 1972.
Right.
Because USC won the football and UCLA won the basketball.
Yeah.
So it's happened twice.
As soon as you said that, I thought, good God. I mean, the same school did it. It was a huge deal back then. We'd never seen that before. Are you nuts? Good God. And then a couple years later, I think they won it in baseball. About 3 years later, I think. O'Sullivan, good heavens to Betsy, man.
Somebody on his staff did not proof that text before it went out.
Ugh. That's horrible. I would have even thought, I don't think they had risen to prominence until then.
Right.
But I'm talking about same school in sports.
Right.
But, we know what Don Staley's done with South Carolina women.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think the baseball team won it in like 10 and 11, I think. So, or 11 and 12, one of the two. I'd have to look that. I think it was 10 and 11, though. They won it back-to-back years, but I don't think South Carolina women won it back then. So
No.
But that's
Florida
the first thing.
in 06.
Yeah, that's the first thing that
first thing that comes to mind.
Because Urban Liar won it in 06 and 08. And I'm like, and heck, Florida won it in 06 and 07.
And those Billy Donovan teams, they were, Joakim Noah.
All those guys, the starting 5, there's 30 for 30s about it. Lee Humphrey, I think he does their radio now. Give me a break with all this stuff.
But remember, Indiana's,
My goodness. Mercy.
Like I said, somebody did not proof.
But we have to forgive him for one thing. He doesn't live in the South, so he's obviously a Midwest
But the thing
guy.
is, if you put something out like that, you start by saying in the history of college athletics.
Did he delete it? I guess somebody just screenshot that. Did he delete it once he realized he screwed it up? I mean, I figured that's what he'd do, but somebody probably took a picture of it before they could delete it.
Yeah, if you put out in the history of college athletics, you better darn well know for sure
It didn't even
that
take
you
me
got it
15
right.
seconds. Now, I'll give you credit for the UCLA and USC stuff, and I should have thought about that. But I was just thinking the same school. I'm like, that's happened. And only happened one time. I mean, hell, we did a whole show here one time back in the, in my first 10 years it was my first couple years here on the air. We're going to talk some high school athletics here in our next segment, but my God, Madison Academy in 1 year won it in all three.
Football, basketball, and baseball.
We had all three of them in there.
Yeah. All right, let's slip in Ryan real fast on the phone lines. Let's get Ryan in real fast. Good morning, Ryan.
Hey, guys. Good morning. I just called in quick, so I'm thankful that I got in real quick. I don't want to keep this long, like maybe a minute or two. I just want to revisit back to, obviously, the basketball crap situation. Now, two parts. If someone was to sit down Holloway, like in an interrogation room, and ask him, hey, so many people like you, so many people were pulling for you. You had a bright future in the NBA. You're going to be a multi-millionaire, okay? How would he defend himself, or how would he answer that? Like, why? The question, why? Like, what do y'all think he would say?
I can't answer that. These kids are making big time NIL money. It's not taxable. I think he claims it's for recreational use, so I'm going to believe him. And of course, I had somebody blowing me up last night, basically saying he was Tupac Shakur and above the rim. And I was like, or whatever. And I'm like, how do you know that? I mean, you can't know it. And he was talking about because of the amount, which ended up being not 1 pound, but 2 pounds.
900 and some grams, 2.1 pounds.
I mean, he may have just, and I'm not trying to be funny here, he may have just bought it in bulk. He may have bought a large quantity. And I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I mean, there's a lot of recreational use. It sound like you went
to Costco and just picked up a block.
I mean, look, man, these guys use it for recreational purposes all the time. I'm just talking about athletes.
No, they do.
They do. It's a fact.
Yes.
That's why you have, and then even Scott was talking about they don't even test for it anymore, which...
Yeah, they don't test for the THC stuff. And they did that away in 24.
And then here's the deal, too. We obviously somebody when he got stopped last week for the citation or whatever must have tipped somebody off and was like, hey, you may want to go search the perimeter. I don't know, who knows, but I just got to say too, certainly I would think he would have enough common sense not to sell it because that's too easy to get caught. I mean, you're just asking for that.
According to the affidavits, according to the court documents that have been obtained, he instantly admitted, not that it makes it any better, but he instantly admitted that all he does is smoke it.
Yeah, he said, I use
personal
it use. And Ryan, I got one more thing to say. I don't think he's ever going to get drafted. I'm not going to say he's not going to play in the NBA because our boy Chaney Johnson, shout out to him, who's been a guest on this show, been in studio as our next guest is going to be. He just balled out yesterday for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not saying Aiden Holloway can't make a roster. I'm saying he's never going to be drafted. Okay, I don't think in any parlance. So I think NIL money meant a lot to him, and I think it would mean a lot to him. He has another year of eligibility, but now his college future is in peril because of this. Now, do I think this is the end of his career? I don't. I think this will probably be pled down, but that's just me. Depending on his record, which people can do open record requests. I don't think he's been in trouble, at all until now. So that's just what I've heard. Go ahead.
So thinking bigger picture. So this is obviously not just an Alabama issue, but it's almost like when you're a leader, I'm thinking coaching staff, you always have to think strategically and to always get out ahead, even though there may not be players that have the capacity to do that. Like, why, just two things. That, like, how did coaching staff not drill it into their head a year ago, 2 years ago? Don't ever get to this point. And then two, what do you think the impacts are going to be to the tournament. Who's going to step up and fill his slack now?
Well, as far as the coaching stuff goes, look, you can only do so much. Coaches can only tell the guys so much. When the guy leaves, when players leave and you go on their own, coaches only hope that they do the right thing.
Right.
You can't be with them 24/7. You only hope they do the right thing. And it's so hard.
And he's really a grown man, so you make your own decisions.
Yes, you make, and you got to live and die. You got to live and die by those decisions. Yes, everything has.
And then I was asked this yesterday: what would Alabama do? I think they'll start Houston Millette, in my opinion.
Ryan, thanks for the phone call as well.
And I think they'll go with a 3-guard lineup. Millette is about the right things. He's always done the dirty work. He is capable of being a double-digit scorer in a game.
Right.
He's done that, not a lot, but he can do it. He can make shots. I think they'll have Amari Allen handle the ball a little more because really the 2 point guards were LeBaron Philon and Aiden Holloway that created for others and themselves. And then Philon is a first-round pick. He's going to take on more responsibility. He's got to be a big-time player. And then, as far as the bench goes, you need Taylor Bowen to be able to play the 4 because Amari Allen likely won't be playing it as much. And to me, I think and London Jemison. So they're going to need some guys to step it up, and they'll need in the starting lineup more production out of Latrell Wrightsell, who had been playing it really well, been an All-SEC Player of the Week, but did not play well against Ole Miss. So I think they're still capable of beating Hofstra. Certainly, it makes it more difficult, and Hofstra's a quality opponent. But after that, Texas Tech, it's going to make it really hard and difficult. I don't know yet if I'm going to pick Alabama to beat Texas Tech.
Right.
I had not picked my bracket, and I'm glad I waited because of this situation. But Grant McCaslin seems really good.
All right, let's get a break in. When we come back, I'm going to talk some high school track and field. Yeah, let's get a break in.
Man, it doesn't feel like it right now, but it's the spring.
Well, let's cash it in. We'll be right back next.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Dorton Dressman. We're going to start the day with a little bit of cloud cover, but those clouds should clear through the course of the afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 50s, dropping into the upper 30s, lower 40s as we head into the overnight early Thursday morning. A partly sunny sky Thursday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 60s. We'll be back in the 70s for Friday.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Hey folks, Arthur Seed, managing partner at University Kia, letting you know we are proud supporters of Alabama and Auburn football. Swing by University Kia today and check out our huge selections of brand new Kias, including the spacious Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the slick new K5, the sporty Kia Seltos. We've got perfect cars for every lifestyle and budget. Visit universitykia.com to view all our amazing offers and get pre-approved amenities, because we want to see you in a Kia. Roll Tide, War Eagle.
At Kern Electrical, we're more than just a Generac generator dealer. We're your partners in ensuring your home or business never loses power, especially when it matters most. Call 256-880-1880 today or visit gensuperstore.com for reliable power solutions that work when you need them most.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
365, 24/7. You'll find road and utility crews, tow truck, law enforcement, and first responders working along Alabama's roadway.
We're making improvements and helping our communities stay connected.
We're working hard to make sure you're safe on the road. Now we need your help to make sure we're safe too.
Alabama's move over law requires you to move over a lane when you see flashing lights on the roadside. And if you can't safely move over, please slow down.
Visit DriveSafeAlabama.org, brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation, Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
My caretaker was very rough with me. I thought they did it because I wasn't moving fast enough.
Elder abuse is a crime, and together we can stop it. If you or someone you know has been abused, neglected, or exploited, call the Adult Abuse Hotline at 1-800-458-7214. That's 1-800-458-7214. Sponsored by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Department of Justice, ADECA Grant number 18 VA VS 050, the ABA, and this station.
This will turn journalism on its ear.
Watch our stream on WZZN TV on Twitch and YouTube.
But you are the greatest hero in American history.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Some may say, I'm wishing my days away.
All right, 7:34 here on a Wednesday morning. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. And I know you're driving to work this morning and you're sitting there thinking, well, it's only 35 degrees outside. And we're going to start talking track and field, and that's just an awfully cold start for track and field.
3 days ago.
But it's going to be 80 degrees by the weekend. See, on Friday we're supposed to hit, I believe, 80-some degrees, and that's a good thing. Because if
Monday
you head over
to Bill Penny, it was blizzard.
Yeah, if you head over to Milton Frank Stadium on Friday, the 27th, next week, next Friday, around 3 o'clock, it's going to be a little crowded. Should be a little crowded. We hope a little crowded.
Well, now we're not a duo, we're a trio, and we told you. I mean, you could see him. You could see him during the last segment. He sat in here listening to our diatribe.
Yeah.
But he's been on the show several times, and this will be his first time in studio. And we appreciate him for dropping by because, it's good of him to get up. I mean, Huntsville High is on spring break right now, okay? All the Huntsville City schools are private schools. I live across the street from Whitesburg Christian Academy. It's a ghost town. Everybody's out of town. But not
everybody's out of town because traffic was a little nutty yesterday at one
point. It was a little nutty this morning. I couldn't get out. I couldn't get out of my own freaking subdivision. But that's another story for another day. But this head coach's program's been up for Rocket City Awards. He's won state championships. He's built a powerhouse track and field program at Huntsville High. He's been the track and field and cross country coach. Blake Borden, I'm going to let you answer that question because I don't want to get it wrong. How many years is this for you now?
So this is year 11.
Wow,
year 11.
I was going to say I knew it was at least a decade. So he's built an outstanding program, and he does a great job.
11 years ago.
Yep.
11 years ago, you take over all this. Did you envision, I'm sure you tried to envision what you have now, but could you ever have envisioned putting on the Southern Showcase and getting it to the level that it is, and then now hosting this track meet to the level that it is?
11 years ago, I was just an assistant, so it took me a couple years to work into the head coach role. But even once I did take over, that answer is no.
Yeah.
The Southern Showcase, we started as Twilight Panther Prowl. If you remember back in 2017, it was just one day meet on Saturday night. We ordered a lot of lights. We realized there weren't enough lights, and so that one year at night, we realized let's move this to the morning and run it more traditional. But 3 years later, it was the Southern Showcase. Once John Hunt was converted to what it is now, and that thing has just become, special. Like it's just really big. And Will and Sean with Running Lane have partnered with us for the last 3 years. This is going to be year 3 for Rocket City. And our goal is to try to get it to the same level. Maybe not 150 teams because track and field is just a little bit different, more, located in one spot. And you just don't have as much room to move around as you do in that cross-country area. But we wanted to be one of the premier track and field meets in the Southeast for sure. And we feel like it's on its way there.
Yeah, and Blake, I got to say too, with the way you've grown it, and it's kind of funny, your career at Huntsville has been kind of concurrent with mine here. I've been here almost 11 years now on the air, but the commitment from your program and then partnering with the Huntsville Sports Commission, Mark Russell, all these guys, and what I'm talking about is the facilities, like what they've done to Milton Frank in the last several years, and improving the track, and then UAH building facilities as well. The track and field community here in Huntsville, there's really been a commitment to it and a commitment to excellence, and that's what's allowed both of your events to grow, I think, exponentially in the way what's going on.
Absolutely. I mean, Milton Frank now is probably one of the premier facilities in the Southeast.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when you consider the throws area and how they've, restructured it, remodeled it. You've got multiple jump pits. I mean, that's a unique situation. A lot of facilities only have one, maybe two, and there's four now at Milton Frank. I mean, you've got a brand new pole vault mat. Like, it's a really, really great facility, and obviously the seating and the parking makes it even better because that's a unique attribute.
And we're going to talk about this meet here in a minute, but to your point, it's the investment that the Huntsville City has made, the Sports Commission has made, because we've hosted the National Masters meet, getting ready to host the U.S., the Junior Nationals, I believe, coming up here. So, I mean, to your point and to, Running Lane's ability, Huntsville has quickly become not only a destination to come run for cross country.
Yeah.
We're also becoming a destination for big-time track meets and big-time track athletes.
Absolutely. And the cool thing from my perspective is they go hand in hand. I mean, you're running year-round if you're a distance runner, so cross-country feeds into track, and that just helps promote not only the sport for the city, but also my team. And, we love supporting – we love – the Sports Commission and their support. I mean, no question that I think we have one of the best support systems in the country.
No question.
Well, let's talk about this meet coming up. You mentioned that
this will be the third year for it.
Goal is to get it as big as it can be, equivalent to the Southern Showcase. It's a 2-day meet, a Friday meet, a Saturday day. But the cool thing is the Friday stuff though gets started at 3:00. You're going to be running under the lights at Milton Frank.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
got more lights now.
No, they got more. Yes.
Yeah, we highlight the two primary distance events for high school. On Friday night, it's the 3200 that's under the lights, and then on Saturday night, the premier event in track and field. And our opinion is the mile.
Yeah.
So that one's going to be run under the lights. So it's long days, no doubt about it, especially for the meet management, for the volunteers. But it's worth it, to run those events under the lights. Just adds a unique feel. We have music playing, the light shows. This year we're going to do something new. We're going to highlight the fastest heat of the 400 and the fastest heat of the 800. And we're going to insert those into those two spots on Friday and Saturday night so that they get some love as well, because there are going to be some great athletes across the board in all the events. 3:00 Friday. And if you come right at the beginning, you're going to get to see a lot of great track and field. I mean, we have some unique events like the distance medley relay. We have the steeplechase on Saturday. There's just some things that are not normal for a high school meet to be running out there. So would love to see as many of you come out as possible. A lot of the local schools are going to be there, but also we're going to have 8 out-of-state or states represented. So we've got some really, really strong competition as well as mixed in with the locals.
Well, that's what makes this a big time event, when you start being able to attract teams from other states that want to be a part of this, and it's neat to watch athletics grow in our community. I mean, Huntsville is now the biggest city in the state, and I think athletics is continuing to grow. Certainly, we're trying to get football back up to speed, but everything else is flourishing. Yeah. And it just seems like, Scott just got through doing the wrestling championships again over at, the Probst Arena and all that kind of stuff. And that's awesome. It's become an annual event here. We've become the soccer capital. We've always been the hoops. And with what you're doing with track and field and cross country, it's just continuing to boom in our community and bring so many people in. That's awesome to me.
It has a great opportunity for a big-time economic impact. I mean,
Yes.
you got 8 states represented. A lot of those are probably going to come in on Thursday because the meet starts on Friday. But then, for sure, they're going to stay Friday night. There's going to be a late night Friday, whether they run the 3,200 or not. So,
talk about some of the teams coming in. Some of the people here are going to be familiar with the in-state schools, but some of the out-of-state schools, who's going to grab our attention?
Oldham County from Kentucky, they had a sprinter last year, a girl that was just nationally ranked and dominated some of those events. I can't remember if she graduated or if she was back or not. So they're going to be a standout for sure. You got Tupelo from Mississippi coming. They've got the fastest distance boy in the history of the state of Mississippi. And he's a junior, I believe. His last name is Brown. I think he just ran like 4:09, 4:10 in the mile at New Balance Nationals.
That's moving.
It is.
That's
He'll probably be the favorite in the distance events. You got Knoxville Catholic High School. They had NXR champion last year, so they're a really, really successful program. Pace Academy from Georgia. Let's see. There was a Christ School from North Carolina that has Rocky Hanson's younger brother on it. Rocky Hanson led basically the majority of the D1 National Cross Country meet. I think he led 8K out of 10K of it this year from Wake Forest. So they're a really, really strong program as well. I mean, sprints, like I said, the Oldham County, I think they're going to have at least 50 some odd athletes. The lady said that was one of their first travel meets last year as a program. She was going to come back and bring more athletes than they had last year.
Wow.
Independence high schools from the kind of Nashville suburbs, they're really strong.
So this field is just
varied and deep.
Deep.
No doubt. And we're trying to make sure it's not just the distance programs, but that programs that come have, a versatile sprints, jumps, throws, and the track as well. So if you win this meet, you're going to have a pretty solid shot to be a podium finishing team at the state championship for your state for sure.
Well, and you've built the men's and women's cross country programs at Huntsville into a power. How is that translated now to help the track and field programs grow?
We swept the section for the last 3 years. So that means boys and girls have both won the sectional championship, which is equivalent of region for football. So the 8 teams in 7A Section 4. Before that, to my knowledge, at least in the modern era, Huntsville High had never done that. So we've done it 3 years in a row. We had the 2 meet MVPs last year that were sophomores, boy and girl. So they're both back this year looking to become even stronger. Our boys finished 3rd in indoor state this year. We scored more points than ever before. Hewitt and Hoover were the only 2 teams that beat us.
Hoover, of course.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Nova of Division II.
I know. Yeah, they're deep. But Hewitt actually beat them by a point. Hewitt was the state champion. Hoover was the runner-up, and then we were 3rd. The girls finished 1 point out of 3rd. They finished 5th, and if they would have scored one more point, they would have broken a tiebreaker to get to 3rd, and we would have had the 2 third-place finishing teams. That was the most points they had ever scored, the best they had ever finished. So for the last several years, we've been breaking a lot of school records, setting new point totals, but we're not satisfied. I mean, the goal is to get a trophy. Huntsville High Track and Field has never brought home a state trophy, first or second.
Wow.
So we're close. We're knocking on the door, but we've definitely got some work to do, and we're looking forward to trying to make a run at that outdoor season.
Well, I got a way that we could get these 2 to participate, our producers, on Friday. I just noticed this on the schedule. And I think you know what I'm talking about now. Drew.
Yeah.
On Friday, they have a 400-meter mascot race.
Oh, my God. Here we
We
go.
could get these 2 dressed up in one of these high school mascot outfits and put them on the track for the 400-meter mascot race.
No doubt.
Yeah. My goodness.
They could wear
what kind of music would they play? I don't know.
That is so cool that you have a mascot race in this.
It's super fun.
I wonder what you were laughing at. I was looking over there.
We've had the Trash Pandas bring their mascots, the astronauts, and they run it. all the local schools. Obviously Paul's from Huntsville High gets out there.
We could create a 97.7 mascot between now and next Saturday and put one of these two in it somehow, some way.
Man.
We've got to figure this out.
Yep, put one of these on them and then drape a banner around.
Oh, you guys, which one of you are going to do this?
It's only one lap.
See, it's one lap around the track.
Well, John was a wide receiver in high school, so supposedly he could run. I've never asked Brody if he was an athlete and if he participated in anything. So,
but anyway, Coach, all right, tickets, times.
Talk about
we know it's at Milton Frank, but the best way to go to this.
Yeah, just get there a little early on Friday if you can. I know most people are probably still in school, so just trickle in. Parking is great. There's thousands of parking spots. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's a mission for both days. You can buy a 2-day pass. That saves you. So it's $12 a day, but $20 for the 2 days. If you want to volunteer, that gets you in for free. We're still looking for, and a shameless plug here, we're still looking for some volunteers, especially in the field event areas.
And you've told us with the Southern Showcase, volunteers are so important. It's important for this Rocket City Showcase, too.
Even more so with the track meet. You just have so many moving parts, so many events happening all at one time. So, hey, if you want to get in free and be right in on the action, that gets you in and keeps you in for the entirety of the meet, not just for how long you volunteer. Running Lane's going to give you a free T-shirt. We'll have concessions there on site. All the normal concessions that happen for the football games, plus a couple of food trucks. Saturday morning is going to start up at about 11.
Okay.
Because we want to start the field events a little bit earlier and get those rolling. So all day long, if you don't have anything going on this weekend, you can come and go. You can leave and go get some food and come back if you don't like the concession food, but you'll have the pass to get you back in. The more the merrier. We're trying to really, really grow this. And if you've never been to a track and field meet before, this is the one to come to and see firsthand what the highest quality can look like. So love to see you all come out.
It's awesome.
We appreciate it. It's going to be a great event. Third year for this Rocket City Showcase. Southern Showcase is the best cross-country event, high school-wise, in the state. This Rocket City Showcase trying to become the best track and field event. And Blake Borden's behind both of them. He's done a great job in 11 years at Huntsville High, and we appreciate you getting up early this morning on your spring break to come in and talk about this great event here on Talkin Ball.
Absolutely. As always, thank y'all for having me. Appreciate it.
It's going to break in. Going to wrap up hour number 1 when we return.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
AL cert number 21014.
Welcome in to the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free service second opinions.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are our grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
Since 1986, Full Moon Barbecue has been cooking quality meats low and slow over a hickory wood-fired pit. From ribs and wings, brisket, turkey, catfish, and sausage to the best butts in town. If you're planning a holiday or a birthday party, Full Moon has a large banquet room. And Full Moon is ready for your next catering or tailgate. Just call us and we'll take care of everything. 256-713-0070. Full Moon Barbecue on the Parkway next to Costco. The best little pork house in Alabama.
This segment of Talkin Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
All right, welcome back. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond. Big thanks to Huntsville High head track coach, cross-country coach Blake Borden for stopping by this morning for a little chat about next weekend's I want to say cross country.
He coaches both.
He does, but the Nike Showcase, the Rocket City Showcase presented by Huntsville High School.
Third year.
And Running Lane Track Club there at Milton Frank Stadium. So we were saying, we got to talking about the mascot race, and it's a 400-meter race. There's going to be a lot of mascots. So we talked about trying to get 97.7 ESPN The Zone a mascot between now and next Saturday to put on the track so it can run.
Yeah.
Question is, we got to come up with a mascot design and get a mascot up there. But then we also have to come up with a name for the station's mascot. What would we name our station's mascot to get into the race?
Well, you know, John's worn like a Spider-Man outfit before.
Right, but what would we come up with the name? What would be the name of our station's mascot?
I have no idea right now. But I will say we were talking about we can give stuff away. Hell, if we got some passes here too.
Right, we can give those away. But Brody, what would we come up with?
So since we're WZZN, it should be Wizzin the Walrus, and it's spelled WZZN.
Wizzin the Walrus.
Wizzin
spelled WZZN.
Let's go take a whiz.
Oh, I don't know. Is that going to be on the list now? Whiz?
Whiz?
Take a whiz? I was saying chic yesterday and everybody's freaking out.
Oh, that's because when you said it the first time, it stunned us and it did not come out like chic. It's chic. It did not come out like chic.
Chic pick. And then chic, Iron Sheik. And now it's Whizzing the Walrus taking a whiz.
Seriously, this is what we're coming. This is what they're...
Oh, my goodness.
Whizzing the walrus.
Why does it have to be a walrus?
I guess because that's what starts with W.
I don't know.
Could be a wallaby.
Yeah.
Whizzing the wallaby?
Hell, I mean, yesterday, Brian Temple, our esteemed producer, he was wearing a damn hat with a wiener dog on it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Whizzing the wiener dog.
Whizzing the wiener dog.
Oh, my goodness.
Probably wouldn't be, we could probably find some kind of dog ears to put on them.
But we got to come up with a mascot. We seriously, and Blake Borden would let us do this, and he told us to get into this race. Our goal is to get into this mascot race. We got to get the station a mascot between now and Saturday.
Somebody wants to name it Jeff. I got a text wanting to name it Jeff.
But here, I think what we do is tomorrow when we go to field day, Whoever picks the least amount of games right tomorrow between those two, they're in the mascot outfit. They're running the race.
Wow.
Between John and Brody.
Here's another suggestion, that we have a fish mascot and nickname it Czar.
Waste management.
Sleep the fish.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
The Atlanta Braves today visiting the Detroit Tigers in Lakeland in Grapefruit League Baseball. The Braves are plus 124 underdogs. The Tigers minus 148 on the money line. Coming up in college basketball, conference tournaments get underway this week. In the Sun Belt Conference tournament, Troy plus 170 to win the league's automatic bid to the NCAA. Marshall plus 275. South Alabama is 11-1. Tomorrow, Alabama visits Georgia in SEC basketball. Scotty Scheffler plus 295 to win the Arnold Palmer Invitational in Orlando this week. Rory McIlroy plus 940. Tommy Fleetwood plus 1750. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
What does it mean to be a part of the Southeastern Conference? That you paint your body, your car, and your dog your school colors? Maybe. But it means more than that. It means your alumni network includes the state, the country, and beyond. It means your school ring doubles as your resume. And yeah, you better believe it means more titles, like doctor, CEO, and your honor. Because this is the SEC. And here, it just means more. What does it mean to be part of the Southeastern Conference? That yours is the only conference with its own chant? Well, yes. But it means more than that. It means a study abroad program that might include reforestation in a mangrove swamp in Australia. It means finding your calling, your future spouse, your startup's co-founders, and of course, grilling tongs that play your fight song. This is the SEC, and here, it just means more.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
This hour brought to you by SportsMed Orthopedic and Spine Center. Online at sportsmedalabama.com. Welcome to Talkin Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
All right, it's hour 2, Talking Ball.
Bryan found some hats. Remember, he told us he found hats.
SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, dedicated to providing care that improves lives.
Unknown mascot.
Helping us get this show back on the rails.
Good Lord.
Because Wizen has taken it off the rails.
You just said Wizen, so you're Wizen.
I think we have decided that the mascot's name for the station will be called Wizen. We just don't know what the other part of it would be.
Yeah, I can't say the thing that rhymes with it.
Anyway, the NCAA tournament got started last night with the first 4. And I know, look, a lot of people are going to laugh at the first 4. And they're going to say, it doesn't mean anything. They're not part of it. But I tell you what, for schools like Howard, for schools like, the SWAC schools and everything, this first 4 means a ton. Because they get a unit of $2 million still, okay? These teams still get paid to play in these games like they would if they were in the original bracket, like if they are part of the bracket. They get $2 million for every game they play. So the winner of this first 4 game, so Howard, which won their first ever tournament game last night, got $2 million for playing in that game, and then they get another unit for playing in their next game. And yes, so it's like, yes, it means the world to these schools. It may not mean a lot to you. You may not fill it out in your bracket, but it does mean something.
It does. Just like it meant something to Venezuela for whipping the Americans' butt in the World Baseball Classic. We will update that. It was 3-2. So Americans finished second again.
Yeah, and you know what? I know is Blake. We got Blake, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, I know it doesn't mean a darn thing. But why would you make a team that just lost have to go through and get the second place medals in a presentation?
I don't know.
That's what they did last night. They made Team USA go one by one and get presented their second place medals by the commissioner of the whatever WBC. I didn't know they had a commissioner, but
they'll just end up on eBay or in somebody's room.
But anyway, last night first 4 does get underway. I mentioned Howard does win their first ever game, 86-83 over UMBC. Texas
SEC 1-0.
Yeah, they get a late basket by Tremont Marks as they win 68-66 over Western Union and Will Wade, NC State.
Yeah, NC State made a furious rally. They were down 8 with about 1:30 to go and hit 3 threes and made it close, but Tremont Mark made 2 big jumpers, and Texas was able to hold on for dear life. And we're going to talk some SEC basketball in the NCAA tournament with our next guest. He's the basketball guy for Southeastern 16. Saw him briefly in Nashville as we were there, because Alabama certainly wasn't there long. Lost to Ole Miss, but he was there every day bringing you coverage, and was very, very busy. And that's our good friend Blake Lovell. He's with us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Blake, how are you?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning, Blake.
What did you first? Let's just rewind. What did you think of the SEC tournament? Great run for Vandy. What a win over Florida, because we had you on last week. We were all in agreement. Florida over the field. Vandy had other ideas.
Yep. Great job, Vanderbilt. You're going to get rewarded with a 5 seed, probably at least a seed line lower, and probably the toughest 12 you could have. And so, yeah, I just think that, that's the thing. I look back at the tournament last week, and I'm just like, man, it just does not mean anything. And I don't know how many years we have to have this debate, but it's kind of where we are. And I don't think it meant a lot for Vanderbilt. I don't think it meant a lot for Arkansas. To be honest with you, I mean, they win the tournament, get shipped out west, and I think have the toughest path probably of any of these 4 or 5 seeds to get to the Sweet 16, because they have a potential matchup with Wisconsin, and then, of course, would run into Arizona. So, I think it's kind of one where there was some very good basketball last week, and I don't know if you probably saw it, guys. Like, I thought that first half between Arkansas and Vanderbilt was one of the best halves I think I've ever seen in the SEC tournament. I mean, it was just an unbelievable playmaking display with all those guys on those teams. And, but Arkansas playing really well right now and have to feel good about themselves, entering this tournament.
So Florida's performance in the SEC tournament, does that change your mind at all about their run or their ability to get back to the Final Four in the NCAA tournament?
Well, my bracket challenge is hoping it changes everybody else's mind, because it's not changing my mind all that much. And I think, as always, to me, it's about the draw, too. And I think that kind of helps here a little bit for Florida, because, to me, if I'm looking at the 1 seed, I think Florida's path to the Elite 8, understanding that they could have a rematch with Vanderbilt, which I'm not as high on the Commodores getting there as maybe some people are, because I think it's a very tricky first-round matchup. But if it's Vanderbilt or if it's Nebraska, I just think that sets up really nicely for Florida. They've thrived in these revenge-type scenarios. So if it was Vanderbilt, I think they'd play much better and probably beat the Commodores. If it's Nebraska, I think Florida would beat Nebraska by 15+. And so getting to the Elite 8, I think, is very doable in this bracket that they have. Now, that's where they're likely to run into Houston or Illinois. I wouldn't love those matchups as much. But I think you've got to remember, right, this has happened before to teams. They just, you lose one in the conference tournament, all of a sudden it's kind of a reset, and we can't just completely forget how well this team had been playing. They had been the best team in the country, not named Arizona, over the past month. And I just think that I don't want to go too far and push this towards Florida, maybe more so than just giving Vanderbilt the credit of playing just what was a perfect game and being the kind of team, I think, matchup-wise, that can give the Gators issues. So obviously the three-point shooting is a bit of a problem. Their free throw shooting isn't great. So if you get in those close games a little bit deeper into the tournament, that may be something to keep an eye on. But I tend to think that they will bounce back here and play pretty well as they move forward.
Yeah, my concern, and they had been playing really well up until the SEC tournament, and especially against Vandy, is just I had been concerned with Zaven Lee and a little bit, and Boogie Flan, just because they're not Walter Clayton. They're not that trio of guards they had. Now, Klabchar's had a really good year, but he's a sixth man. But it's just those two starters. A little bit worried about them in the NCAA tournament. You know, they don't have that experience that they did a year ago. Front court certainly loaded, but I tend to agree with you. I think they're at least going to get to the second weekend. And then, but I will say this for Todd Golden. I'm not sure he'll admit it, but I wouldn't be thrilled to see Vandy, because the thing that I remembered is that game, and I'm sure you've covered it as well, that game in Nashville was 98-94. It was a high-level up-and-down game. And then the one on a neutral court, quote-unquote, in Nashville at Bridgestone was a blowout. So, Florida has struggled against Vandy in the two matchups a little bit.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, we didn't pick the upset when we were previewing the game, but like we said, there are certain teams that give teams problems.
Right.
And this was one of those teams that if you looked at it on paper, Vanderbilt was the kind of team that was going to give Florida problems. And I think it's just simply, Vanderbilt, and the reason they give a lot of teams problems is just don't know how to guard them, because they're so good in the pick and roll. And, it's like, well, then what they do is when you've got Tyler Tanner and Duke Miles, well, how do you figure out how to guard these guys off a screen? They're as good with the ball as probably any duo in the country, and when the ball's in their hands. And so I think that's kind of the big issue for Florida is, their big men are having to guard differently. And because they're putting you kind of in these pressure type situations, it's just one of those where, like it is, it's just a very tough matchup. And so I tend to think, again, when you kind of look at how this would play out for Florida, I think just the defensive aspect is something that's probably slipped a little bit, especially when you're having to guard teams like that. I wouldn't completely overlook like a second round matchup against Iowa, because they play that extreme style a little bit. And I always say that, guys, like, it's all about the style to me in this tournament. You have to be able to do something different, because in some of these matchups, if you're a 9 seed placed in 1 seed, you're going to really struggle to beat a team in its own game. So you've got to be able to do got to have a different path to get there. And I think that's where, again, if you're looking at some of these potential pitfalls, if we want to push back on Florida a little bit, you're playing an extremely efficient, slow style in Iowa. And so how do you kind of, fare in matchups like that, I think is going to be very important.
Well, and then I know you talked about Vandy's matchup. We know Bill Armstrong very well, and Robbie Coker, who's his lead assistant. McNeese, in their first year, they go 28-5 and win the Southland. You think this is a tough matchup for Vandy?
I kind of feel like I'm on an island here, because I honestly tend to think this upset's happening. And I know Vanderbilt fans don't want to hear that. But listen, I think the one thing that has stood out for me with Vanderbilt, well, actually there's two things with Vanderbilt this year.
Yeah.
That is their foul trouble. They tend to get in foul trouble a little bit. And I think this is a game, if you want to find your free throw special, these are two teams that are going to foul a lot. And the other thing, I know Vanderbilt's turnover numbers look fantastic on paper. They really do. But when I've seen them against full court pressure, there has been a lot to be desired in that kind of scenario. We saw it at the end of the Florida game, and I know it's kind of a game that was out of hand. But Florida had like 6 straight points. They simply took the ball away from them, like on 3 straight possessions. If you go back to a game earlier in the season, I know it's back in December, Vanderbilt almost lost that game at Memphis. I don't know how many turnovers they had whenever Memphis was sitting there just pressuring them time and time again. I want to say they had close to 20 turnovers in that game. And so they have looked uncomfortable in scenarios where they get pressured full court or even, 3/4 court, whatever. And so what's going to happen is you're going to make your big guys like A.K. Okereke, there will be Devin McLaughlin. They're going to force those guys to make decisions whenever they're trapped. And I think that's where my issue comes in a little bit with Vanderbilt in this one. The problem for McNeese is that they don't shoot it very well this year. That's kind of the big difference from the previous teams. But I'm telling you, if they just play defense the way they usually play it, this matchup would terrify me if I'm a Vanderbilt fan.
So last year at this time, we were sitting here, the SEC most probably, the best team in the best conference of the regular season. They get these numbers in, and it's like, okay, how many are they going to get through? I mean, they're really deep. This year, again, I don't know if the SEC had its best regular season as a conference, but they still get 10 in. They still get the most in the field. How should we look at the SEC this year with 10 in this year's field?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one where, me, I don't like to be pessimistic, but I think it is about the draw. And if I'm looking at the draw for the SEC, I can't say I necessarily love it for, honestly, much of anybody, because you do kind of look at just some tricky spots. It's going to sound wild. I mentioned Florida. I think they probably have a pretty nice path, again, to at least get to the Sweet 16 and likely to the Elite Eight and beyond. But the only other team I would say right now that I feel like completely sort of bought in on, and though this is scary to say this when you watch this team play offense, but it's Tennessee.
Wow.
Because I think Tennessee's got a pretty favorable draw when it comes to like playing either Miami, Ohio, or SMU. And then I think Tennessee has the profile of a team that would give Virginia a lot of problems. And then I'm like, well, then Tennessee could get a defensive matchup against Iowa State, which is exactly what you want if you're Rick Barnes. So I think Tennessee, as a 6th seed, actually has a pretty decent pass here. Everybody else, guys, like I think there's a lot of reasons to doubt it. I mean, I mentioned Arkansas a minute ago. My goodness, like you won the SEC tournament. I think they're going to win their first game by probably 20 plus against Hawaii. I just think it's a bad matchup. But like then you're going to have to play Wisconsin, most likely. Then you're going to run into Arizona, who I think is the best team in the field. And then it's like, even if you got past that, you're going to play Purdue, who's found their way, or Gonzaga, who I don't know why people are just completely sleeping on them right now. I feel like everybody's just like, we're not as sold on the Zags this year. Why not? Like, look at their profile. So I think Arkansas is in the toughest region, so that doesn't do them any favors. I think Missouri plays a team in Miami who, not going to lie to you, there have been times when I filled out my bracket. I don't know why, but they're rocking like a hurricane over here. I've had them in the Sweet 16, the Elite Eight.
Oh, wow.
I
really don't like that matchup for Missouri. I didn't like it when I saw it.
I don't either. And even though it's in St. Louis, I think that's why a lot of people are picking them. But I'm like, that doesn't really matter. I think Miami's just a better team. And so that's one. Georgia, I don't hate the first-round matchup against.
Yeah, I don't like St. Louis either. I think that's bad for Georgia, in my opinion. But I'll let you give your thought.
Well, and Drew, it's like even if they win, they're going to run into Michigan. And I think Michigan would just completely exploit all the weaknesses that Georgia has, especially in the rebounding aspect. And Kentucky. Like, I'm not convinced Kentucky's going to beat Santa Clara. Like, I don't know. I know it's Kentucky, but at the same time, Santa Clara, again, has the profile of a team that's giving Kentucky problems. And then Alabama. I was probably very high on Alabama. But to be honest with you, and it goes beyond the Aiden Holloway thing. The more I look at this part of the bracket, I think Texas Tech is the team that people are just like, you know what? Their star player got injured. We're completely jumping off. But if you look at the numbers, they've still been like a top 12 to 15 team since Toppin got injured. And I think that's something that if you're Alabama playing what I think is not the easiest first-round game, because I think Hofstra has one of those extreme styles where they can slow you down. I think that it is kind of one where that's a tough second-round game against Texas Tech. And then you would run into Michigan, which I would like much better if they did have Aiden Holloway versus without, because I think they would give them problems. So that's the thing, guys. Like, it's about the draw, and I can't say on paper, whereas last year I think we had a lot of those. We said, man, I really like the draw for the SEC. This year I can't say the same.
Yeah, there's some tough draws. And I'll have you delve a little bit more into detail, but how do you think, how do you see the Holloway situation? Because we know he's not playing the first weekend. I don't think we'll see him the whole tournament, but it makes the matchup with Hofstra more difficult, and they're going to have the Houston Millettes of the world produce. And then we saw Reitzel MIA in Nashville. He can't be on Friday.
Yeah, you guys know how this goes on social media sometimes. I can tell you how many comments I've already seen. Well, you know what? We didn't really need Aiden Holloway. He's only, our second best scorer. It's no big deal. I'm like, guys, come on now. Let's be serious here. And someone had a great stat out there about just kind of the differences in terms of the production whenever Holloway is on the floor and when he's not. I think that they're kind of glaring on the offensive side, and that's where, when you look at a game like this, to me, and I'm with you, Drew, I think I'd be surprised if he played this tournament. But if you look at this matchup where Hofstra, again, is the kind of team I think that's going to make this a lower possession game, because once, as we always say, you can't try, if you're a 13 seed, you can't try to beat the 4 seed at their own game. You can't be the same team because the other team's just simply going to be better at that. And so having a guy like Cruz Davis, who's averaging 20 points a game, and you have someone like that who can go off against an Alabama defense that, let's call it what it is, been up and down, and you can slow the tempo, and you also, again, kind of have a team that is going to be able to make some shots. I think it's one where it looks maybe easy in some instances just because you're thinking Alabama's just going to outrun them. But the more I look at the matchup, I'm not as sold on that, because I do think it's one where when you look at Hofstra's profile, again, they shoot the ball really well too. And if you're going to keep up with Alabama, you play a slower style, you shoot the ball well, and you're able to kind of match some of that and take away the number of possessions. That in the wrong scenario can be a bit of a problem if you're the Tide. I think they're going to win. But, like I said, I think this is one where initially I felt really good about Alabama's draw. But, hey, that's your initial reaction. Once you go a little bit deeper into it, I can't say I love it.
Mm-hmm. What else kind of, not just SEC related, what else has you kind of looking over the bracket going, okay, I find this very interesting?
Guys, this East region has me in a blender over here. I don't know what to do.
It's brutal. I think it's brutal.
This East region. I mean, it is just grinding me up over here. Like, I don't know what to do. And, of course, it's the one region that doesn't have an SEC team, right?
Yeah, and that didn't make sense either.
Yeah.
I know.
It didn't make a lot of sense. And we were laughing because, of course, that was the one released first. I said, wait a minute. Are they banning the SEC from the NCAA tournament? Did they get too many teams in last year? But, and that's the thing. And Drew, I know, like, Duke-wise, it's one where almost by default, I'm going to probably pick Duke to advance to the Final Four. But when I look around, I'm like, it's a tricky second-round matchup against either Ohio State or TCU. Ohio State's been playing like a top-5 team in the country over the past month. And I think that's just, that's one of those, if you do filter all the advanced analytics, like they're a top-5 team over the past month of this season. And so that's what you get as Duke maybe in the second round. And then I'm like, I don't know what to do with Kansas and St. John's. I'll be honest. St. John's is playing so well right now. There's a part of me that wants to pick them to go all the way, to the Elite Eight or Final Four.
I've seen them picked,
There's also part of me that just picked them to lose to Northern Iowa when I filled out my bracket last night, because I've seen this story before with St. John's. They play a team that can match up against them stylistically, and then they just can't score. And I think Northern Iowa is not a great matchup for them. So I'm like, okay, there's another team. And then you got Kansas, Michigan State, UConn, UCLA, Louisville. These are all teams that in the right scenario you can see making a run to the Final Four. But it's like you can only pick one. And so I think that region is going to be probably the one that has the most just chaos, just because you could get so many different combinations, I think, of how this thing's going to play out. Not even to mention, Brian Hodgson's team to South Florida.
Yeah, I was going to say, there you go.
Trendy pick, right? But I also think they got a tough first round game against Louisville, because Louisville may be kind of being written off by people a little bit here. So I actually do love this East region, even without an SEC team, because I think you can have so many different fun combinations just of basketball when it comes to the styles of all these teams.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, I know you saw that last night from Jeff Goodman and all the insiders, Brian Hodgson not going to Syracuse, which didn't shock me. But now the decision is he going to stay at USF with the contract on the table, or Providence, who has a ton of NIL money?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting decision, especially now, just like we said. I mean, even for me, and it's a different situation, but, in Nashville, right? Like, everybody's like, man, how could Casey Alexander leave Belmont? Because he's a Belmont guy through and through. And I'm like, what do you mean, how could he leave Belmont? He knows. You can't win at the level you want to win at unless you have the NIL.
Yeah.
And so that's why he went to Kansas State, is because why not? I mean, the gap has never been bigger, even if you still see upsets in this tournament. The gap's never been bigger. So I think South Florida will try to do what they can to match it, but it's going to be really hard. So if you're Brian Hodgson, you're looking kind of further ahead in a conference that also, let's call it what it is, a conference that I think has taken a bit of a step back. You could go in right there with a lot of NIL and just come in and start winning at a very, very high level at Providence. So he's got plenty of good options here. I don't think there's a bad choice in the bunch for him right now.
And final question, and a two-parter. Do you see anybody in the SEC getting to the Final Four? And the second part, we haven't had any coaching changes. Are we going to see LSU? The Will Wade stuff is out there. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, if I had to pick an SEC team to go to the Final Four, it'd be boring, but I probably would pick Florida just because I think, again, that to me their path sets up nicely, which it should as the 1 seed. A second choice, boy, it's tough, honestly. I don't know who it would be right now because I think everybody's just got a kind of a tough path to get even to the Elite Eight. So I would probably go Florida. And then the coaching-wise, here was the thing about the timing. We knew Porter Moser was coming back. We knew Lamont Paris was coming back. Yeah. All that was done last week. Why are you waiting if you're LSU?
Yeah, it's weird. We haven't seen anything.
Well, here's why, guys. And
okay, here we go.
This isn't the reason. You're waiting to see if NC State won or lost last night. And so now that is done and they're not continuing to play, I think you're going to see a decision made very quickly here for LSU. And to me, a lot of that comes down to, is Will Wade available? If he is, I think they're going to fire Matt McMahon and go try to get Will Wade.
Yep.
And they better know they're getting Will Wade if they make that decision. But otherwise, why are you waiting? That's the biggest question I have. So I don't love that for Matt McMahon because you should have made this decision a week ago because now you're already a little bit behind everybody else if you make the decision now and don't really have a backup plan. So.
Yeah, well, great stuff, Blake Lovell. Let everybody know, follow your coverage. Hopefully it's going to be a good weekend for the SEC, but like you said, a lot of tough and interesting matchups for you guys to break down.
Yeah, I always appreciate it, guys. Find us over there, Southeastern 16 on YouTube. Yeah, we've already got our previews out for every single first-round game in the SEC that we know so far, so check those out, and, yeah, we'll have all kinds of coverage this week over there for the entire tournament.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blake.
Thanks, guys.
All right, let's get a break in. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When you're craving a juicy, made-to-order burger with all your favorite toppings, it's time to head to Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Fresh, never-frozen, hand-formed patties, crispy, fresh-cut fries, savory hot dogs, and topped off with an ice-cold real milkshake. Five Guys knows what you like. Come and get it in Huntsville on North Parkway and on Enterprise, and in Madison on Moonshot Drive and Highway 72. Order online at fiveguys.com or just walk in. Five Guys. Perfection every time. From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
AL cert number 21014.
Welcome into the hottest and coolest game show around called The Freeze. Today's contestant, Bob. Bob, can you tell me the heating and air business that provides free service with repair?
Is it Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
Can you tell me which heating and air business provides free second opinions?
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning.
You are our grand prize winner. You have won a visit from the #1 heating and air business in the Tennessee Valley.
Talent Heating and Air Conditioning?
That's right. Talent Heating and Air is coming to you.
This is Thomas with Talent Heating and Air Conditioning, and you don't have to win a game show to use us. We have free second opinions year-round, and we're doing free service calls with a repair. So just remember, call Talent Heating and Air Conditioning at 256-503-4490 or visit us on our website at talenthvac.com.
No Wi-Fi?
How are we going to stream the game?
Mom, I have a research project due.
How are we going to make dinner?
Don't let power outages send your family into a meltdown. Get a Generac generator from Current Electrical. We keep your lights on and your Wi-Fi on. Visit gensuperstore.com or call 256-880-1880. Trust us, your family will thank you.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
Talkin Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN and the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
All right, welcome back. Talkin Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Theisen, Drew DeArmond. Welcome in. Welcome. Back in. It is 8:28 here. Quick segment as we kind of went a little longer there with Blake Lovell, but we had a lot to get through because this NCAA tournament stuff is quickly approaching. So that leads us to this. Tomorrow, make sure you come out to Field Day. We're going to be doing our show from Field Day tomorrow morning as we set the table for what will be day one, full day. Day of the full day. The NCAA tournament actually started last night, but the full day gets underway tomorrow. We want to invite you to come out to Field Day as we will be there all day and to kind of hang out. If you come out to Field Day before it all starts, you're going to get a little piece of paper and they're going to have you pick, and you're going to be able to pick all of the games just for tomorrow. Okay, just for Thursday, just the games on Thursday. And you're going to see if you can outpick us. As far as Thursday's games go. And Field Day's got some great prizes. We'll be out there all day long enjoying some of the games. Is the weather supposed to be nice? They will have the outdoor patio open to be able to watch some of these games outside. You can come over for lunch. And here's what you do. You get on to our Zone Deal site. Get yourself a Field Day Zone Deal. Mm-hmm. Come on out and enjoy the day over there at Field Day.
Yeah, because they got great food. There'll be a great atmosphere. And you're on spring break, so there'll be activities for the kids while you watch the NCAA tournament. You know,
it's easy. I mean, it's simple as that, right?
Yeah, and it's inside, so if it does rain or if it's cold as hell, you don't have to worry about it.
You can come inside, but if it's nice, you can enjoy the fresh air of the outside.
Flexibility outside.
They've got flexibility.
Yeah, they do.
That's a good word to use.
Yeah.
All right, 8:30. Let's get
whizzing the wild turkey.
Whizzing. We'll explain what whizzing is and why we're whizzing here on a Wednesday. Talking Ball.
Wednesday.
Whizzing Wednesday.
Oh, okay. We already have another show with nicknames for every damn day. Oh.
I guarantee you, Whizzing Wednesday is not used a lot anywhere. Anyway, we got to get a break in. When we come back, there are still some dumbasses that we got to put on point because, Drew, when you hear this one, I guarantee you will totally agree a dumbassery it needs to be handed out. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN The Zone provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Dorton Dressman. We're going to start the day with a little bit of cloud cover, but those clouds should clear through the course of the afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 50s, dropping into the upper 30s, lower 40s as we head into the overnight early Thursday morning. A partly sunny sky Thursday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 60s. We'll be back in the 70s for Friday.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation. But did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loaders from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best. And this machine has it all, with features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Thompson Tractor knows how much value you place on your customer's satisfaction. It's how you build your business. It's also how we build ours. Since 1957, hardworking folks like you have counted on Thompson to provide the absolute best lineup of equipment in the industry, all backed by a customer service and product support team that time and again have proven to be second to none. It's all about maintaining peak performance. Always has been, always will be. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Have you ever turned your back on God? Have you ever absolutely known the right thing to do and just turned around and walked away in disobedience? I know that I have. Aren't we thankful for our great and merciful God who loves us and forgives us and remembers our sin no more? I'm so thankful that His mercies are fresh every day. I need that, and I suspect you do too. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, and if you're looking for a church home, come see us. We're smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison, and check us out at cpcfamily.org.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas, and if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
Welcome to Kern Electrical, where teamwork powers every project. Our champion sales team takes time to understand your needs, tailoring the perfect Generac generator for your home or business. Our project managers handle all coordination, ensuring a tackle-free installation. Our certified installation crews ensure peace of mind, even in the darkest moments. With our service and maintenance lineups, you can be assured we're with you every step of the way. Experience the home team advantage of Kern Electrical, your Generac Superstore.
Most current way to keep your power on. GeneracSuperstore.com.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Talkin Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. And I get it. I get it. When something happens with any program, people pile on. And this whole Aiden Holloway thing has given people that don't understand, that don't know Alabama basketball, just fuel to talk even more. Yeah. Okay? Chad Withrow from Outkick did just that yesterday.
And so did Dan Dockich.
Yeah.
They're all,
but they're piling
these two
on.
Idiots in Nashville on the open, they call themselves the open mic. I ripped into them with a comment on YouTube with what they basically called Nate Oates a win at all costs. Basically said he's the crookedest coach in college basketball in their mind.
Yeah, I think this is Outkick Hot Mic. This is on Outkick. Yeah, the Outkick Network.
Yeah.
This is it. This is what they had to say. Yeah, this is what they had to say. It's like a minute 39, but I want you to listen to it because just listen to what he says, because you realize that he has no idea what he's talking about.
of college basketball with his players. If you don't believe me, here's the rap sheet of things that have happened over the course of his time in Tuscaloosa. Brandon Miller delivered a murder weapon to Darius Miles in 2023. Darius Miles guilty of capital murder committed in 2023. Aiden Holloway arrested for carrying a pound of marijuana while driving. Jaquan Walton, who was a commit, was arrested on gun and drug charges. Nate Oates shoved a Missouri player during a game in 2024. And then, of course, everything that we talked about on this show throughout the season with Charles Bediako. Nate Oates stands for nothing but winning. And if you are fine with that, I'm okay with you being honest with yourself. All of the twisting yourself into a pretzel to defend not ever suspending anyone and not having discipline in your program, just go out and say the truth. I really like winning, and Nate Oates wins and scores a ton of points. Here's what you're going to get with Nate Oates. You're going to score a ton of points. You're going to play very fast. You're going to win a lot of basketball games, and your players might commit some crimes. And if they do, you're not going to get suspended at Alabama. And if you get dealt a bad hand with injury or anything else, Nate Oates is going to twist the system into his favor, even if everybody says it's illegal, including the SEC commissioner, to bring in a G League player to do it. It's not going to stop Nate Oates from trying to find an advantage to win.
That guy is a dumbass, and so is his partner. Because first of all, Aiden Holloway was suspended immediately by Nate Oates. He tried to make it sound like the university did it and Nate Oates didn't. He
did. He wasn't pulled over and had a pound of marijuana in his car to begin with.
He didn't research it enough because he's a piece of trash. Because guess what? He went to Tennessee, so that should explain a lot. Because I've watched some of their other stuff, and he admitted he's a Tennessee graduate. So he's a moron. He's definitely on the moron of the year list. Because, I mean, look, all I'm going to say is Brandon Miller, he transported a murder weapon. He didn't even know it was in the vehicle until he arrived and came back to the scene because Darius Miles had told him, "Hey man, I need you to come back here." He didn't even know the gun was in the car until Darius got it out of the vehicle, and he had no idea what was about to happen.
Right.
I mean, and then he acts like Darius Miles committed capital murder. He didn't fire the gun. The one that the boyfriend of the lady fired the gun first. I mean, if you look at the court documents, he fired at the guy at the young man that Darius gave the gun to because he gave him the weapon because I think they were trying to protect themselves because that dude was basically hunting them and looking for trouble. Okay, and so if you go back and look through the court documents, Ryan Phillips, of the Tuscaloosa Patch, that's basically what it says. I don't understand why they haven't. I think the dude disappeared. The boyfriend, shocker.
Right.
They can't find him. But again, did Darius make a dumb decision? Yes, but Darius did not commit capital murder. That's BS. You know what I'm saying? He did not shoot that weapon. And again, Nate Oates immediately dismissed Darius Miles. And he mentioned Jalen Walton, too, who got caught, and had an incident before he even really enrolled at Alabama. He had been signed. He had been, I believe, in the junior college system and had previously been at another institution at Memphis and things of that nature. He got into some issues. They dismissed him immediately. So I just... everything that guy said, and then they acted like Aiden Holloway was not suspended. He was by Nate Oates, not just the university, immediately because Nate Oates talked about it. And then later on, he goes on to say, and if the university hadn't suspended Aiden Holloway, Nate Oates would have played him. And that's BS. That is absolute garbage. It's a garbage take by two idiots that don't know anything about Alabama basketball and are just going to heap on. I cover it every day. I'll forget more than those two schmucks ever know. And if they want to come on the show, I did comment underneath. You can find me, and I'll come on your show, and I'll eviscerate both of you. You want me to come on your show? Bring it on. But I'm not going to watch your trash. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just saying, go ahead. I saw that. I watched a little bit of it. I'll freely admit I didn't watch the whole thing because I thought these two guys have the mental capacity of basically of bricks. I was like, they don't have any basketball IQ at all.
Well, yeah, I listened to it. I listened to that little clip, and I was like, okay, I get it. You can if you want to make comments about it, if you want to make comments how Nate Oates has handled it, that's fine. You can do that, but at least get it right.
He had half of it wrong. Like I told them both they were total jokes. I was like, you guys are both. I haven't read. I think some other people commented after what I said, and I think there were some idiot Tennessee fans or whoever they were talking about Nate Oates being a scumbag and all that stuff. You'd hire him in a minute because guess what? He's better than Rick Barnes. He's won more. Rick Barnes may have won 850 games, but who's won more SEC tournaments? Who's been to more Final Fours? And who's been to Elite Eights? You guys want Nate Oates. That's all it is. You can talk about him, his controversies and everything, but they probably also think Bruce Pearl was a great American. And didn't cheat. And that's all I'll say. Bruce Pearl's got a rap sheet a mile long, and he was caught cheating. Nate Oates, I mean, my goodness, yes, there's been some things happen.
Look, you got to be careful with Bruce Pearl. He'll record your phone call.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what he did when he was at Iowa.
Coach.
That's when he was an assistant, yes. He tried to get Illinois in trouble by recording phone calls.
And then, let's keep harping on the Bediako thing. Oh my God. I mean, Dan Dockich is such a schmuck. He works for Outkick, too. He says Alabama shouldn't even be in the tournament because of playing Bediako. This is a guy that played and coached for Bob Knight, who's one of the greatest coaches of all time. But it's documented. We've seen him choke a kid. I know he smacked a kid, and guess what? Dan Dockich played for the guy and he coached for him, so he condoned all of it. I think that's a little worse than Nate Oates playing Charles Bediako, you pinhead. And I've tried to get Dockich on the show, and of course he's a horse ass who won't even return a text message.
We've grown up on this show. Because you could have easily eviscerated those two.
But I don't want all three of them anyway. Open mic.
They're not coming for dinner anytime soon?
Freaking Dan Dockich, they don't know anything anyway. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect any of their opinions because all they're doing is piling on, and they have no facts about any of it. Dan Dockich doesn't know Nate Oates from a
hole in the wall?
From Nate Burleson. I'll come up with another Nate. I don't care. I don't care if he coached in college basketball. The guy was a failure. He got fired at Bowling Green.
Well,
take your ass on.
Our dinner list just keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. We're not going to have anybody left to invite for dinner. But anyway, it is 8:45 here on a Wednesday morning. Let's get a break in, wrap up hour number 2 when we return.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The End Zone Sports Bar has done it again. This time, they're bringing their jumbo wings, handcrafted burgers, Tex-Mex, and New York-style pizza to the Midtown District with their new location on McMurtry Drive Northwest opposite the Target Plaza. Tuesdays at the End Zone means half-price burgers, and Wednesday is $1 jumbo wings all day long. The End Zone also features Sunday ticket for all your NFL viewing. The newest End Zone Sports Bar in the Midtown District on McMurtry near the Target Plaza. Get in the End Zone. Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Truck Month is on at Woody Anderson Ford. Right now, save $13,000 on 25 F-150, $9,500 on 25 Super Duty, and $5,000 on 25 Maverick. Get financing as low as 0% for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on select models. 25 Lightning, F-150, or Super Duty, 0 down payment and 0 payments for 90 days. All incentives applied, alt MSRP with approved credit. Offers end 3/31/26. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Nobody does Truck Month like Woody Anderson Ford.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
This segment of Talkin Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Hi, welcome back. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Kind of a recap of what we've been able to discuss so far this morning. 7 o'clock hour. We got 7 o'clock hour. We updated you that UAH fell to Nova in the Sweet 16 last night. They did lead at half, but they fall ultimately 79-63. We talked about that. We talked about the UAH women getting the 5 seed.
5!
And they will play Cal Poly Panoma, who, by the way, is a 5-time defending a 5-time national champion on the women's side. Yeah. They are the 4 seed. Good program. You know you're going to play good teams when you get to the Elite 8. But anyway, that they will play them on the 24th at 7:30 in Pittsburgh. That we discussed. And then we also discussed the fact that there is a big track meet coming to Huntsville.
The Rocket City Classic.
The Rocket City Classic. And that is going to be on the 27th and 28th. And part of the 27th is the 400-meter mascot race, which prompted us to create, and I don't know, I don't think Lord Moulton is listening to us right now, but if he is, it would be awesome. Which prompted us to create a station mascot so that we could enter the 400-meter mascot race, which our esteemed producer, John Abraham, will run and represent the station in for the 400-meter race.
Wow.
Or Brody will run in the race. We don't know yet.
Well, one of them will run and one of them will video.
It's going to come down to tomorrow. Whoever can pick the most games right on the first day of the tournament will wear, whoever does not do that will wear the mascot, which prompted us to create a mascot name, because if the mascot is going to race, the mascot has to have a name.
Well, I got to give Brody credit for that. We've come up with a name.
We've been getting entries all morning long for what the station mascot name should be. But if you want to join us, 256-576-4977.
I really like this logo here that I just got sent.
Feel free to call us and you can help us name our station mascot that'll race in this race. We're going to do this. Friday the 27th, we are going to race in the 400-meter mascot race. Blake Borden told us that the Trash Pandas show up. Usually the Havoc show up. I'd imagine, the Space and Rocket Center just got some mascots, so I don't know if they will be there. The HCFC has a mascot. I don't know if they will be there. But there's going to be a long list of mascots, and we better not disappoint in this race.
If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning.
No, I love it.
That is beautiful.
If you look at the design, I love it. If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning, and it's a turkey, wild turkey.
If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning. Oh my goodness. That is good. So have we decided that whizzin', and for those that want to know, no, we're going to spell it WZZN.
Turkey. This is like Talladega Nights turkey version. If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning. Hell, Czar already uses it. If you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, if you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning. So whizzin' is the name of the mascot.
Well, we even got a text in from a listener that wants it to have a mohawk like Joe Honk.
Oh, we could toughen it up. We just got to get a costume for whizzing. We got to get a costume for him.
If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning. I like it.
Steve, we've created a station mascot named Whizzin'. We can put him in parades now. We can put him in the... Whizzin' can be in the Christmas parade downtown.
Uh-oh.
We can take him out to events and everything. Or it. Do you identify... is mascot... It'd just be an it, right?
For legal purposes, yes.
Okay.
I feel like there should be some punishments for like John has to call a Sparkman game wearing the Whizzin' costume at one point.
Oh.
Well, now that we have a mascot, we can do a lot with this.
They can even do voiceovers. If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning. For somebody that wins a contest for us.
There is breaking news, though, apparently on ESPN, and I'm going to guarantee it has to do with the NBA.
It's got to be the NBA, Gotta be
not basketball anymore.
Yeah,
league.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Not basketball anymore. So, we'll
find out. News? We'll find out what it is here. Apparently, it's pretty long.
I don't know, man.
The breaking news the other day was that the NBA was basically they were expected to vote on expansion to Las Vegas and Seattle.
Maybe that's what this is: Las Vegas and Seattle, and then of course. The WNBA has now got a new CBA, so they won't be going away. But
anyway, don't forget, this is a good time for us to get this in. Don't forget, you've got to get your Talent Heating and Air Bracket Challenge presented by Cherokee Ridge. You've got to sign up today. Really, don't flirt with missing the cutoff tomorrow. Get your bracket in today. It's the Talent Heating and Air Bracket Challenge presented by Cherokee Ridge. Get in there. You can look on our Facebook page. You can look on X. You can sign up there if you would like. We want as many people to sign up and take part in it. I've got to still fill out my bracket. I know you still have to fill out your bracket. I imagine there's a bunch of people that still have to fill out their brackets, but be a part of this bracket challenge.
Don't count the first four, but if we were counting it, I'd have been 1-1. I believe.
Which one would you have picked wrong last night?
I would have picked UMBC. They lost a close one.
Yeah.
Howard you already talked about it. Howard won, what, $3 million total, something like that?
Well, so every team there. So yeah. Texas, NC State, UMBC, Howard, even Alabama, they get $2 million. You get $2 million in units to be in that, and then you're going to get more as the longer you play. So the more you play, the more money. And so I believe like for the SEC with 10 teams in it,
yeah,
they all, that's 10, that's 20 million. That all goes into the revenue share, I believe. Well, and then you win, you get more units. And then when you do the revenue distribution, I could be wrong, but I believe that's how it works in the conference.
Well, I've been back and forth between this. I'm going to take I'm gonna go with SWAC again. I'm gonna go Prairie View over Lehigh, and I've been back and forth with Miami of Ohio and SMU. I'm gonna go with SMU because I think they're getting healthy. I'm gonna go with them over Miami of Ohio. I thought about picking Miami of Ohio and the Red Hawks, but I'm gonna go with SMU tonight.
All right. We got hour 3 coming up. The Auburn Tigers, they had spring practice yesterday for the very first time. They had a big baseball win last night over Georgia Tech. 2-3. Auburn gets the win. And basketball last night. NIT action.
Our good we got another Be Rich sent us a costume from the Wild Turkey.
Talkin Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Westwood One presents Great Moments in Tournament History. Brought to you by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer.
Just the way they drew it up. A play called Pacer puts Valpo on the map. March 13th, 1998. First round in Oklahoma City. Valparaiso and Ole Miss. Valpo down by 2 and the ball at the wrong end of the floor with time for just one shot. Coach Homer Drew designs a Hail Mary play named Pacer for his son Bryce.
2.5 seconds to go, down 2. The inbounds pass thrown to half court. Jenkins catches, gets to Drew. Right wing three-pointer. Good! Valparaiso has knocked off Ole Miss.
The Crusaders continued their wizardry the next game, winning in overtime against Florida State to advance to the Sweet 16. Their great run ended in the next round when they lost to Rhode Island. But Drew's three-pointer will always be remembered as another great moment in NCAA tournament history. I'm Kevin Kugler.
97.7 The Zone.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
This hour of Talkin Ball is brought to you by Hyundai Decatur, located on the Beltline.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Welcome to Talkin Ball with Scott Theisen and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Oh my goodness, we're 2 hours done. We got an hour to go, and we have had so much fun here on a Wednesday morning.
I thought I would wake up this morning and we would end up with Wizen the Wild Turkey as our mascot for ESPN 97.7 The Zone.
For those that have no clue what we're talking about, there is a track meet coming up next weekend on the high school level. There is a mascot race. And a lot of the places around town that have mascots are entering the race. We don't want to be left out, so we created a mascot this morning for the station. Everyone is like going, what? Yeah. Anyway, we'll fill you in here in a little bit, but we got a lot of other stuff to talk about. and that is the Auburn Tigers last night hosting South Alabama in opening NIT round. We said that they got off to a slow start in the first half, but Kevin Overton 7 threes in the second. They get hot. They prevail, but the story in that one was not who was not in uniform. Unfortunately for the Auburn Tigers, it was a big day on the football field. Alex Golish, first spring practice as new Tiger head football coach. It was a big night on the baseball diamond. Top 5 matchup on the baseball diamond, Auburn and Georgia Tech. Auburn gets the win over Georgia Tech in a good game. So a lot going on down on the plains in one day just yesterday for Auburn.
Yeah, and so our next guest was very busy along with his colleagues at auburnsports.com, which is part of Rivals and On3. We always enjoy our chats with him. He's been covering the beat since 2001, and it was a good day for the Auburn Tigers yesterday in every aspect, and that's Bryan Mathews. Bryan, welcome back to the show, man. Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, take your pick yesterday, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was some good stuff.
Yeah, I got the chance to go to practice in the morning, cover the baseball game, and then got home to watch the basketball game. But I did not pull the triple header yesterday. We had a couple other guys from our site covering basketball for us. But yeah,
tired, man. I mean, come on, you covered you went to spring practice. That's an ordeal, and then a baseball game, and by the way, a big one and a huge win for Auburn.
Yeah, I thought Auburn played really good. And going in, I was thinking to myself, Auburn got back at like 2 a.m. Sunday night, Monday morning from Missouri.
Yeah.
Clemson, Georgia Tech, I think they wrapped up that series Saturday, so Georgia Tech was probably home Saturday evening. So you're thinking, maybe there's going to be some, jet lag type, Auburn will be a little bit slow start, but they came out, and played really well from the get-go. Andres Alvarez gave up one earned run in the first inning, and then Auburn answered the next inning with a run and the next inning with 4 more, and they were off and running. And, once again, really good pitching for Auburn. 16 strikeouts among, was it 3 pitchers? I think it was 3 pitchers. And hitting wise, they did what it takes. 9-2 against the number 3 team in the country is a pretty good, another good home win. You feel like Auburn again with going out to Arlington and sweeping out there is building a great resume already for their postseason seedings.
Well, and that resume can add another.
Yeah,
it's the SEC. I mean, it doesn't matter what weekend it is. It just so happens that you just had the number 3 team in there for a midweek game, and now you welcome the number 2 team into town for a 3-game conference series with Texas.
It's pretty wild. Georgia Tech was the best hitting team in the country. They were putting up stats that nobody had done in the history of the sport, and they had 3 singles last night. And now Texas is coming in with the number 1 pitching staff in the country, very talented arms up and down that lineup in the bullpen. So it'll be another test, a different type test for Auburn, but I think they'll be up to it. It'll be a great pitching matchup on both sides.
Yeah, it really will. I mean, and that's a huge opportunity for Auburn to build their resume. Alabama's going in the opposite direction. They can't win a game right now. They look inept, but Auburn looks like they're really playing. And this is against high-level comp.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you beat Georgia Tech, who's in the top 5, and then if you can win this series at home against Texas, it's massive.
It is. Last weekend was the first road sweep in 16 years for Auburn to open the SEC play. So just a lot of good things are happening. And, of course, they could run to a brick wall, right? Texas is one of those teams with their pitching. They can shut down a team over 3 games. So we'll see how it goes. But I would expect huge crowds, right? There was I don't know the exact numbers, but it looked like the crowd at Plaza Park was pretty similar to what was at Neville Arena last night. So a lot of support for that baseball team. Of course, $1.25 hot dogs and $2.50 beers might have played a part there, but no turkey legs though. I'm proud to say I don't want to injure your mascot or anything. So that's good.
Our new mascot.
Well, yeah, we created that this morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be an award-winning mascot if you just created it, right? Those are the best.
Yeah, that is the best.
We just created.
Yeah,
well,
it was certainly this was not planned when the show started.
It was not planned when the show, not by any stretch.
Do we have an artist rendering yet?
Well,
kind of like the
one of our listeners sent us a costume on Amazon.
We just don't know how you would create a wild turkey. I mean, because everything else looks pilgrimish.
Well, that's just a nickname, man. A wild Wizen, the wild turkey.
Wizen.
And turkeys are out in the wild.
I may have consumed some other wild turkey back in the day.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah, we were. That was my nickname for Pete Golding for those obvious reasons. So that's where it's coming from. But anyway, speaking of football,
you started your morning there, spring practice,
and I know, there was an impressive showing. I guess I know it's tough to garner a lot from practice, but what did you see?
Well, it was the very first practice. They are out there in shorts. It was indoors, but what I saw was a head coach that was involved in every facet. I mean, just in our 20, 30 minutes out there, however long it was, he was running around just about to every position group. Very fast paced to start out with, and pretty physical for just being out there in shorts and I guess they were wearing shoulder pads and helmets. But it's just practice one. I think one thing that stood out with the coaches and players is that offensively, especially, it was pretty smooth. Not a lot of mistakes, not a lot of going back and having to redo things. I think that has everything to do with having Bryan Brown from USF, having 5 of his receivers, having his center, having another offensive lineman, a running back. That just really helps things go a lot quicker in the transition.
And I know he spoke to the media. It seems as though he's already taken on a leadership role for Auburn.
I think he was the leader. Him and Cole Best both. I think Auburn got 2 really important leaders in the transfer portal from USF, and I think that's so important. And Byron Brown definitely has that ability. I don't think he has to try hard. I think it comes natural to him, but I also think he also puts a lot of effort into it too. One of those type players. So I just think that's really important. I think Auburn is like that in this football program for a while now. We've had people talk about being leaders, but Byron Brown, Cole Best, just talking to them, they really come off as natural and really true leaders.
Yeah, and then of course, I'm since it was the first practice, and we're only half joking. I'm sure you had to have a roster sheet because what was the count over 50 as far as new guys?
Yeah, 60 newcomers total, but I guess 4 or 5 of them aren't there yet as far as the freshmen.
Gotcha.
But you're spot on there, about around 55 or so. It is going to take a while to get used to who is that big tall tight end from Howard who looks like a freaking monster, right? Xavier Newsome is his name, but those kids start standing out there pretty soon, and we'll start recognizing them a lot easier as we move forward.
What's the schedule kind of layout for Alex Golesh? I mean, how are they kind of handling the spring? I mean, are they back out there today? Are they taking a break, or what is it kind of looking like?
They are back out there tomorrow for another full workout. And then we'll talk to, I think, players afterwards, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think we get a practice viewing period tomorrow. And then I think they'll go at some point this weekend, and then they'll just do that again next week. So, about 3 or 4 workouts per week leading up to A-Day actually a month from today, April 18th.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
And then basketball last night, you kind of talked about the crowd. It was a little sparse, but it's an NIT game. I've covered those. It's sometimes hard to get excited about it. And then it was a slow start for Auburn before they really turned it up near the end of the first half that carried over into the second.
Yeah, it looked really rough there for a while. I know South Alabama pulled up by 11, I think, led by 11 late in the first half.
And Auburn 10 straight shots at one point.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, here we go. But Auburn made a little late run there to end the half, and then I thought played a really strong second half defensively, offensively, making shots. They did a better job of driving inside and drawing fouls, which collapsed the defense more and opened up better three-point shots. Because I thought they took a lot of bad three-point shots in the first half, and I just thought, it's kind of like they were a little sleepy. They kind of woke up and they just imposed their will on South Alabama in the second half. And then Cade Magwood, where did this kid come from? He's been missing for 2 months, basically MIA. I've seen him on the scout team. He's been working hard, and you want to praise the kid for that, right? Because whatever went down exactly between him and Coach Pearl, and of course there were some social media posts and stuff. He went to the scout team, stayed on the scout team, didn't quit, kept working hard, and this is his reward for it, to get a chance to go in there and score a career high in points, and I think they're going to be turning to him more and more as if they advance through the NIT.
Yeah, and they will do so. That they will play host to Seattle in round 2.
Yeah, when is the round 2? Have they announced a day yet?
They will announce it tonight. It'll be Saturday or Sunday at Neville Arena. Auburn plays at home until the semifinals, as long as they keep winning.
And then the story in this one was also who was not there and who will not be.
Yeah. And that was horrible.
Yeah,
I saw another of our Auburn beat writers call it an Irish goodbye, which is right on target there. That's a great use of that phrase. But yeah, I mean, he just left. I don't know that he's had much contact with anybody in Auburn, and it's really strange because Keyshawn Murphy is a guy that when you talk to him, when you watch him play, you get that, he talks about how hard he wants to play, how much he wants to win, how much he loves basketball and all that stuff. And, after the loss in the SEC tournament, he put a big post out on social media apologizing to Auburn fans, for not having a better season. And then he just disappears. So that was weird. And I don't know this, but you feel like, just my experience tells me some agent's got in his head and told him he shouldn't play or something. I don't know. I don't want to make excuses for the kid, but really, really strange. And, you wish you wouldn't see that, but it's certainly not the first or last time we'll see that in college sports.
Yeah, we've already seen it on the football side. We haven't seen it as much on basketball. And I'll be honest, I mean, there was a lot of talk, and I'm sure you cover the team every day. You've seen it. There was even some, because I think there was double-digit teams, 10 or 11, that turned down NIT bids. We weren't even sure Auburn would accept one.
Right. And some of those teams have taken bids to that other tournament where it's NIL related.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma is doing that, and maybe a couple other teams. But I think Stephen Pearl just made the decision that he felt like this team needed to play more basketball, needed to have opportunities. I mean, it certainly worked out for Cade Magwood, right? That was a big plus for him. Obviously, with Keyshawn Murphy out, Philip Jovic is going to get a lot more playing time, right? So it can help his development. And I think if they continue to play, or win, I'm not saying they played great last night. They played a second half, a really good second half. But if they continue to progress here, I think that builds up some more confidence in Stephen Pearl and his program in Auburn, which can be a real positive going into the offseason, because I think at the end of the season there's been a lot of negativity toward him in the program.
Well, and I just his press conference previewing the game against South Alabama, he talked about, look, we want these guys to just go out and compete and go hoop. And as he said, with Auburn being a 1 seed in one of the regions, there's 4 1 seeds, so they're guaranteed games at home. Like he said, we can practice, play, and still recruit and play in this tournament.
Yeah, and maybe a weekend game, right? Maybe there'll be a bigger turnout, coming up for the Saturday or Sunday game. So we'll see. Auburn fans have really supported this team all season. Like I thought the way they turned out for that LSU game on 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday night at 9, we would see the same thing. Maybe we didn't, but I wouldn't rule out a much bigger crowd here this weekend.
Well, that, and then if you win that game, then next week you got a game to get to the Final Four of the NIT, which, I mean, we've seen Alabama go to the finals a couple of times. That was back when it was in New York. Is it now? We were talking about this on the show. Is it Vegas now?
It's Indianapolis. The semifinals is at Belmont University, and then the finals is downtown Indianapolis where the Pacers play. I don't remember the name of that building.
Cambridge.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Yep, Cambridge.
Dang.
Yep.
I was hoping you were going to say Hinkle. Man, that would have been cool.
It is. No, is it Hinkle that Belmont plays in? I think it is.
Belmont plays in. It's Butler.
No, not Butler. Yeah, Butler. I'm sorry, Butler. Yeah.
Oh, so it is in Hinkle.
The semifinals in Hinkle. The final and
that's where they shot Hoosiers, man.
Yeah.
If you're a basketballaholic, that would be a cool moment for Stephen Pearl and those players, because that's neat. I mean, no question about it. Yeah. And now what they ought to do is take Keyshawn disappearance and take his NIL money and give it to the rest of them.
There you go. And I do think there is something to that. I don't know exact numbers or anything, but if you're not going to show up, you're not going to get paid. So it is what it is. So maybe they will have a few bonuses coming out. We'll see.
Well, and we were excited too. I mean, he made a 3. I know he got 1 rotation, but I was glad to see Simon Walker get some time. I hope he gets against Seattle as well.
Yeah, that was good. Got in there, got a shot up, made it. What did he play? He played 4 minutes, but yeah,
he gave him a rotation. Yeah,
and maybe he can give him 2 rotations in game 2. So good for him, and he's a guy that can have a really great offseason and be a much different player coming up in year 2.
Well, yeah, that's what we were saying on the show about the future of Auburn basketball. And I've been trying to follow it and see what most of the people, I defer to people that are there every day and follow the program. They seem to think he's on the list for what Auburn wants to bring back next year.
Yeah, they need a bigger roster with more depth, number one. So they need to bring back, a solid group of these guys, even if some of them, haven't exactly gone out there and averaged 20 points a game or whatever, right? They need guys they can develop. Sebastian Williams-Adams is a perfect example of a guy they really need to bring back because he's a guy that still has that upside. Same with Jovic. I don't know about Magwood. That's interesting to me because I thought he was done, right? Disappeared scout team, but here he is playing and good things being said by him and Stephen Pearl. So it'll be interesting. But I think it's really important that Auburn does not have to go out there and sign 10 players to build next year's roster. I just think that's a recipe for disaster. They need to do what it takes to get, 5-6 guys back and build the roster from there.
Well, that's some good stuff. And I know it's going to be another busy weekend. It's going to be, again, spring football you're covering. The Texas series should be 3 sellouts, should be some crazy crowds, college baseball-wise. And then, of course, the game on Saturday or Sunday, as you said, we'll find out later today, Auburn taking the floor against Seattle in the second round of the NIT.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention all the recruits that were there yesterday. I think we had about 10 or more guys. I know our recruiting guys have jumped all over. I know we've had like 9, 10 updates already from those visits. So Alice Golish is recruiting, I think, a lot better than people might have just assumed. Just as far as the quality of prospect and the number of prospects that have been visiting Auburn. So I think it's going to be a really exciting May and June for Auburn recruiting when these guys start taking their official visits and things really start popping. So keep an eye on that too. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Brian. You're always generous with your time. Let everybody know to connect with you. Appreciate you guys. Take care. Good luck with the turkey.
Thank you. Yes. BMattAU on X. You can connect with Bryan Mathews. He joins us quite frequently to talk Auburn, and very, very good guy and very accessible. And he actually has the IQ that registers on a Richter scale, unlike some of the other idiots that we've featured on this show today.
All right, let's get a break in. Talkin Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. So, what's your excuse?
Can these sick people be cured?
You'll need a few good ones because we're going to be locked to the tournament in just a few weeks.
Rivers for 3. With his ability to drive, you're looking at a superstar.
It's the most maddening time in college hoops.
It's alive!
And we've got the big dance covered.
The flipper still fits!
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
There's power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement, it's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary results.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
These days, saving time is important, and saving money is even more so. That's where Eagle Masonry and Insulation comes in. Over the years, Eagle has expanded their services to meet the needs of folks like you in our area. If you need masonry, brick, stone, or block work, Eagle should be your first call. They can even help if your property needs grading, erosion control, and Eagle can handle dirt haul-off. Call Eagle Masonry and Insulation today at 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time, and Eagle saves you money.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said,
If you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Want to save some money?
I can take money and I can make it into more money.
Just check out our zone deals online at 977ESPN.com. We are 977 ESPN The Zone.
All right, as you start to pick your brackets, here's something to keep in mind. In tournament history, okay, 30-plus win teams from mid-major conferences are 22-10 in the opening round, and there has never been a season in which a 30-plus win mid-major team appeared and none of them have won. Never. Your two 30-plus win teams that are mid-majors this year are Miami of Ohio and High Point. Miami of Ohio plays tonight against SMU.
They do.
Just keep that in mind as you watch the game tonight.
I'm still taking the Mustangs.
Still taking the Mustangs.
Yeah.
You going to take High Point then? Because according to the stats, according to bracket tournament history, a 30-plus win mid-major team has never, there's always been at least one in which has not, at least one of them has won one.
Is what you're saying. They've advanced at least one round.
Yeah. So it's either going to be Miami of Ohio or High Point, according to history. Just something to think about. I mean, as people
Miami
fill out your
Ohio
bracket.
Would be, an 11 seed, and they would
Right.
beat Tennessee.
And here's another one for you to
like that
consider.
matchup for 'em, though.
Here's another one for you to consider. Things that make you go,
Here we go.
In 2018, Virginia lost to UMBC. In 19, they won the national championship. In 21, they lost in the round of 64. 23, they lost in the round of 64. In 24, they lost in the first four.
You talking about Virginia?
Yep.
Well,
what does Virginia have in store this year?
Blake Lovell didn't like them. I know that. He felt like that.
They take on Wright State as a 14 seed.
Yeah. I don't think he was high on them making a deep run in the tournament. And we'll see if they do. I mean, certainly, I'm looking at all the brackets right now.
Right.
And then, like I said, we've been talking about Alabama and Hofstra. Alabama's got to win that game, but, Texas Tech's got to beat Akron.
Yeah,
That's another one that people may be kind of looking at and picking as an upset or what they could be or whatnot. But
and then they say, so here's another one. I love it when people do all this research. No team has ever won a national championship after losing its first game in the conference tournament. Projected top 16. Okay, these were the ones that lost their first game. Michigan State lost their first game in the Big Ten. Illinois lost their first game in the Big Ten, 91-88 in overtime to Wisconsin. Nebraska lost their first tournament game in the Big Ten. Texas Tech lost their first game in the Big 12 to Iowa State. North Carolina lost to Clemson, and, of course, Alabama dropping that one to Ole Miss.
Yeah. I didn't have this Alabama team getting past the Sweet 16 anyway. We'll see if I still am leaning toward them stepping up and finding a way to get to the second weekend. I just want them to shove it up open Mike's ass anyway.
So here's one more for you. Okay. No national champion since unbeaten Indiana in 1976 has entered the NCAA tournament with a win streak longer than 13 games. Florida would have done that had they not lost to Vanderbilt, or they won the SEC tournament. They would have.
Guess what? That was their first conference tournament game too. Well, no, their second. No,
it was their second.
Kentucky. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Only 4 champs the last 50 years have entered with double-digit win streaks.
I mean, I may be wrong, but I think one of my upsets, I think I'm going to take South Florida over Louisville. I'm going my guy Hodgson. Make the price go up, and up.
Up, and up, up, and away.
Yeah.
Isn't that a song, too?
Yeah. There we go.
All right. 9:27 here on Talking Ball. Let's get our break in. Yes. Oh, we got Brandon. Let's get out to the phone lines. Brandon is with us this morning.
Okay.
Good morning, Brandon.
What's up, man?
Man, I got you an update.
Okay.
So, in the 54th running of the Iditarod with a time of 9 days, 7 hours, 32 minutes, and 51 seconds, our boy from Odenville, Alabama, Jesse Holmes, has repeated as the Iditarod champion.
All right, we got to get him on now.
He's already. I think Brandon already found the
today.
phone number for the organizer of the Iditarod.
Yeah, we've got to find a way to get this guy on the show somehow, some way. We've got to get him on the show.
And he's on that show, Life Below Zero. So I made a reach out yesterday, and he's probably still thawing out at this point. It may take him 2 or 3 days to get to the point where he's like that song By the Weekend, I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
Yeah, we got tournament basketball for the next few days. We've got to figure out a way. I mean, this is just great. We've created a station mascot this morning.
The Wild
Turkey. The Wild Turkey. And now we can get an Iditarod champion on the show. I mean, this is fantastic.
Anyway. I mean, B. Rich, he fries us a turkey once or twice a year now anyway. So it's
there you go. It's kind of, apropos that we do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it'd be cool to have him on there. So
I do. I totally agree with this one.
I mean, we might even make John take a shot of Wild Turkey before he runs.
I don't think we want to do it. It's a high school track meet.
Look,
we can't have him doing shots in the parking lot.
He kind of likes it though. When I got high.
Well, if we're doing soundtracks, then we need to do for Keyshawn Murphy, we need to do Metallica, I Disappear from Mission Impossible.
Or just, something from the Dropkick Murphys. Isn't that a band?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's an Irish one. That was played a lot yesterday for St. Patrick's Day. It was being played everywhere.
Yeah.
So, no, I just want to say our guy got it done. And I don't know what it'd be like to be in like minus 25 temperatures for 9 days, 7 hours, 32 minutes, and 51 seconds, but I can't imagine it's fun.
I can't either.
Covering 1,000 miles.
Yeah, we got to get. All right, yeah, we gotta get him on the show. Got to get him on the show.
Maybe Tokyo Drift go up there and race him.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Hi, Brandon. Thanks for the phone call, bub.
Chicken chic.
All right, we got to get a break in. Hey, guys, I want you to find Wild Turkey by the Lacs, Lacs. Did you know what okay, find it.
It's a song?
It's a song.
Uh-oh.
You saw, I've listened, I've gone through the words, and there's no bad words in it for the first part.
We hope not, yeah.
No, there's no bad words, but it fits whizzing the Wild Turkey perfectly. Get a break in, and we'll play it next.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We're going to start the day with a little bit of cloud cover, but those clouds should clear through the course of the afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 50s, dropping into the upper 30s, lower 40s as we head into the overnight early Thursday morning. A partly sunny sky Thursday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 60s. We'll be back in the 70s for Friday.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
I'm Abraham here for Valley Equipment Rental. You know, if you're a contractor installing fences, you need Valley Equipment Rental for augers of all sizes. And if you need a forklift to get those shingles up high on a roof, Valley Equipment has 10K lifts that reach to 56 feet. Valley also has tow-behind lifts that have a working height of 35 to 55 feet as well for power washing those two-story homes or doing whatever else you need to do. Lifts, forklifts, tow-behind lifts, 35 feet and up, they have your lift at Valley Equipment Rental. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Valley Equipment Rental.
The Orthopedic Center. It's in the name. TOC, the premier choice for all your orthopedic needs. With over 40 physicians and 20 centers of excellence, TOC is the name to trust for complete, expert orthopedic care. And that word center, we mean it. With more than a dozen locations across North Alabama and the Tennessee Valley, TOC is in your community whenever you need us. As the state's largest orthopedic practice, TOC is built on trust. Trust we've earned with every patient we serve. You can see that trust on the field, too. As the official sports medicine provider for the Huntsville Havoc, Huntsville City Football Club, Oakwood and Alabama A&M universities, thousands of athletes and coaches count on TOC to keep them in the game. From student athletes to unexpected injuries, our urgent ortho clinics offer prompt, expert care. No appointment necessary. So remember, when it comes to your health and mobility, trust the name that says it all. TOC, helping you live a better life.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
You can now do more without it costing you more. Alabama's attractions have come together to offer the all-in-one ticket that downloads to your mobile device. No matter how many attractions listed on the ticket you see during the time span you bought, your price stays the same. Pick the right ticket option that best fits your schedule, and then enjoy more attractions without spending more. All-in-one tickets for different areas of Alabama are available at alabama.travel and other places where online tickets are sold. Brought to you by Alabama Tourism Department, the ABA, and this station.
Hey, brother. Saw you called.
John, I've been thinking about our days during the war, and
I'm on my way.
Thanks, man.
If you are a veteran struggling with depression, anxiety, or need someone to talk to, call 800-273-8255. Press 1. It's private and free 24/7. Call 800-273-8255 or visit vetsforhope.com. Sponsored by the Partners of Alabama's Challenge and the Alabama Broadcasters Association.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
And I can blame it on the wild turkey for the cussing and the getting loud. I was surprised some old boys didn't jump me because they said that I was showing out. I like to thank everyone who didn't call the law. Come and drag me in. Last night you saw me drinking wild turkey, but you never see me drink it again.
See? A perfect song.
I told you.
I'm glad they didn't drag me in.
For those that have no idea what we're talking about this morning, we on this show this morning have created a station mascot. That's right, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Nobody else in the station knows this except for us four.
Yeah.
But we have created...
And we give it to Brody because he came up with Wizen.
We have created a station mascot, and the station's mascot name is Wizen.
Wizen the Wild Turkey.
WZZN. Wizen is the mascot's name, and it's a wild turkey.
We even have a song now.
We even have a song for Wizen.
He was
got a T-shirt graphic ready.
Yeah.
And look, and I think we can turn this into T-shirts.
Yeah.
If you ain't Wizen,
you ain't winning.
You ain't winning.
No.
If you aren't, if you're not on Wizen,
yeah, this is Ricky Bobby's pet turkey. He's such a Will Ferrell fan.
I love that movie, by the way.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby's pet turkey, Wizen. If you ain't Wizen, you ain't winning.
If you ain't Wizen, you ain't winning. Oh my gosh, I love it. We have created a station mascot today. And this station mascot...
And then on the back of the T-shirt, we need to put the wild turkey.
I think we should just show the turkey's ass.
I don't know about that. That would be a little
Just a
scary.
turkey, just the backside of the turkey.
I didn't know a turkey had an ass. I thought it just had feathers. I guess it does.
Just show the backside, I should say. Just show the backside of the turkey. On the back of the shirt. Just I don't know. Anyway, I wish we had some of those for tomorrow. That'd be awesome to have them at field day. But it's a work in progress, okay? We got to take this one step at a time. We just created the thing this morning.
Turkey after the show? I mean, you can't do it. It wouldn't be wise probably to do it on the air.
No, we just created this morning. And the reason why we created this is because coming up next, what did we say? Is it next Friday? Next Friday is on Friday, March 27th, the 400-meter mascot race for the Huntsville High Rocket City Showcase track meet. And there is a mascot race. We felt like we needed to be in it, so we created a mascot this morning. We created the mascot, and we have named it Wizen. So there you go. That is why we are talking about Wizen the Wild Turkey, is that we have created our own mascot. So just got to let all the other shows know that we have a mascot now for the station called Wizen. It's actually kind of fun to say. 256-576-4977. And all back to seriousness stuff. Lane Kiffin does look like he has added a very familiar face to his coaching staff as an analyst. It is being reported that Baltimore Ravens quarterback coach T. Martin is joining Lane Kiffin's staff as an offensive analyst.
La-di-da.
Doesn't move the needle for you?
Hey, he hired a Tennessee Vomit, so hopefully they'll lose.
Doesn't move the needle at all.
But I do realize T. Martin was the, national championship QB after he took a bunch of NIL before NIL money.
Apparently that TV had volume on it, and I kept hearing Stephen A. Smith yelling at me.
Did you really?
And I'm like, that is annoying.
Wow.
So I had to turn that one down. Yeah, anyway, he's headed to Ole Miss as an offensive analyst. In other news, Georgia's Pro Day is going on today. So a few athletes will be there working out. And then Gary Reedus II. This is awesome because Gary Reedus II is from North Alabama. He is a North Alabama native.
Decatur.
Yes, he is now, and just moments ago, a little bit ago, actually yesterday, and he was a Delta State assistant. He was introduced as the new head women's basketball coach at Rutgers. Mm-hmm. So congratulations to him. That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's a really cool story. He's been a fast riser. I think he was at the LSU with Kim Mulkey.
Yep.
And had done a great job of helping them recruit. He's going to try to revive that Rutgers program. Of course, he's the son of former major leaguer Gary Reedus, and of course, he was also at one point in time the head baseball coach at Calhoun Community College. So, but Gary Reedus II, really, I remember watching him at Decatur. Really good player, had a good college career. Decided to go into coaching and has worked his way slowly up the ladder. And much like Antoine Petway, has earned this opportunity. And hopefully he'll have the same kind of success Pet did. And Pet's got his team getting ready to play Gonzaga on Thursday.
All right, 9:41. Let's cash in our final break of the morning. When we come back, we will wrap up this 3-hour extravaganza. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Truck Month is on at Woody Anderson Ford. Right now, save $13,000 on 25 F-150, $9,500 on 25 Super Duty, and $5,000 on 25 Maverick. Get financing as low as 0% for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on select models. 25 Lightning, F-150, or Super Duty, 0 down payment and 0 payments for 90 days. All incentives applied, alt MSRP with approved credit. Offers in 3/31/26. Call 539-9441 for complete details. Nobody does Truck Month like Woody Anderson Ford.
From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
It's softball time in Alabama, and the best place for your travel softball team is to play with USSSA Softball. Not only for the best travel team tournaments, but for recreational softball tournaments all around the area, as well for your high school level softball team. Plus, the USSSA National Championship this year is at the Gulf Shore and Orange Beach and the Foley Softball Complex. Now, for more information, visit alfastpitch.usssa.com. That's alfastpitch.usssa.com.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Tom Abraham here for my longtime friend Mike Owen of Owen Home Appliance. You know, Mike has over 25 years experience in the appliance industry, and since 2017, Owen Home Appliance has served customers in the Tennessee Valley with a focus on quality products, affordable prices, and excellent customer service. Owen Home Appliance prides themselves on community involvement as well, sponsoring local teams and events while making sure that you get the right appliance at the right price. Visit their highly interactive showroom in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river on 231. Tom Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental, and they have a brand new product for you. If you happen to be standing on a concrete or tile floor, Valley Equipment has the perfect cleaning solution for you. Whether it's new construction, daily work areas, or an area that's been neglected for too long, the Valley Equipment team of experienced professionals can help you choose the right floor scrubber or sweeper for your needs. Valley even has the right cleaning products for the job. Call Valley Equipment Rental today to learn more. Make a clean sweep with Valley Equipment Rental.
This segment of Talkin Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night. Said it played a sad song and made him cry. Went to his truck and got a 45. Bubba shot the jukebox last night.
All right, 97.7 ESPN The Zone, Talking Ball, home of Wizen, the wild turkey. Well, I mean, we are, right? That's what we are.
We're not Wizen, but we named Wizen.
We're home of Wizen, the wild turkey, the mascot. That's
Just like we use language like chic and chic.
We learned, is there a difference between those two, though?
I don't know.
No? John says no, they're the same word?
Okay.
So you can say this, so you can pronounce it two different ways, but it means the same thing? You think so? He's never heard of chic, but he's heard of chic.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway. All right, 256-576-4977. You can join us.
Oh, wow. Now we even have it with a 97.7 logo now, Scott. We can use it as wallpaper. If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning.
Well, our graphics department, our graphics team, by the way, when they're done with this show and the next show, they will clean that up. And by the end of the day, we should have a we need to have a logo of Wizen with the station logo so we can start posting Wizen all over the place.
Yes, that's what they got. It's got the station logo on it.
They already got it in there. I'm behind times.
It looks really good. That's why I was telling you to look.
Oh, my goodness. If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning. This is unbelievable. This is awesome. I love this.
There we go.
This is fantastic work.
In there. Good job, Brody.
This is
Good
fantastic work.
John.
We just got to get everybody, because people are going to look at it and go, if you ain't WZZN, you ain't winning. No, if you ain't whizzing, that's what it is.
It's still WZZN.
Yes. If you ain't whizzing.
I could even wear that in the press box and see how many looks I get. It's best if we put the wild turkey on the back of it, because everybody knows that's part of the druidary, wild turkey.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
That is awesome. That is some good work right there.
We did all this in under 3 hours.
It took us 3 hours to do it, but that's okay.
Oh, not quite. We're not done yet. This is the last segment, but with dadgummit. But
it really kind of morphed in to its own identity.
And again, everybody, you can still join the bracket challenge, as Scott said.
Yeah, there's still time to get in on that. We need you to get on that.
I think the deadline is tomorrow, like right before our coverage starts.
So 11:15 is when the first games get underway. Yes. So they usually lock it around 11. Mm-hmm. So make sure you get in there. And don't forget, again, tomorrow we will be at Field Day Huntsville. We're going to take this show tomorrow morning. And our good friend Matt over there at Field Day, the owner, is going to show up and unlock the place at 6:30 in the morning for us.
Wow. Do we at least get some sustenance, like some drinks or something, or like water?
I don't know. I'm sure if you ask him for water, he can get you a water.
I'm not trying to put words in his mouth or anything, but I might need some at least some drink.
Well, I
didn't know if they'd want me to bring my own.
I don't know. I am sure he can. I am sure at 6:30 in the morning, if you need water, he can find you some.
Well, I mean, hell, it will be the only two people in there, I guess.
There's not going to be anybody else in there at 6:30 in the morning besides you, I, and Matt.
Because the workers don't start showing up to prep probably till at least 9.
I would assume so.
Yeah,
I would assume so.
So I better bring my own snacks.
You may need to get you through until we get lunch.
Didn't have a snack today, but I did have a drink.
But anyway, we will be at Field Day tomorrow. We invite you to come out and join us. Steve Moulton supposedly is going to join us as well out there. We got a lot of stuff. It's going to be opening round of the tournament. At some point, I would say, I don't know what time, maybe 12:30, 1:30. We're going to do a little YouTube show. We'll get you some reaction to some of the games that are going on, some of the games to look forward to. You can watch out on our WZZN TV. We will have it there for you, Facebook and X. Just because there is no Tom Abraham show tomorrow. There's no Tom Abraham show on Friday. So we'll have a little YouTube show for you. So you can kind of keep up on all the stuff that's going on. Our thoughts on the tournament. Alabama plays on Friday. So we will keep you updated there. But we'll be out at Field Day tomorrow. So come join us. They got a heck of a happy hour an unbelievable happy hour on Thursday and Friday. Well, they have it all the time, but Thursday and Friday is really going to come in handy. So get on out there to Field Day. We also said, remember, you can go to our Zone Deals site. We've got a lot of fantastic Zone Deals on there right now. A lot of them. Get on out there. Buy a bunch of them. Buy some golf. Buy some of the restaurants. And you can also buy Field Day.
I was going to say, Field Day, especially tomorrow, when you can come out and enjoy some of the games, some of the food, and then the NCAA tournament as well.
Yeah. See, so we are a station that likes to give back. Mm-hmm. And we like to give things. I mean, we created a mascot today. We're letting you know if you go to zonedeals.bigdealsmedia.net, you got Sea Salt, Carrabba's, Bubby's, Apple Lane, Cherokee Ridge, Full Moon, Good Company, Jefferson's, The End Zone, Donato's, Dreamland, and Field Day. I said we had some good stuff on there. $25 is going to get you $50 worth. Coming out there, bring a $25 gift certificate, sit down, watch some basketball, buy some wings, buy some fries, buy some, you can't buy beer, but with the $25, but you can buy beer on your own money.
Or a shot of wild turkey.
From
Wizen the Wild Turkey.
I wish Wizen could make an appearance tomorrow, but...
Well, hell,
he is still in
the damn costume
development
stages on Amazon. I'll just go ahead and say it.
We just need to create a mean wild turkey. We need to create a mean wild turkey. Anyway,
wow, and now we've even got. My goodness, this is pretty good from Brandon. I got to send this out to you guys.
What do we got now?
Yeah, he's created another. Whizzing the Wild Turkey here. I'm going to send it to you guys now, so you should enjoy this. This is pretty well done. Brandon's a pretty creative dude, man. It's DJ Whizzing. It's pretty well done.
DJ. Oh, look at that. Look at that. DJ Whizzing. Anyway, we got to get Wizen, we got to get a costume designed for Wizen. Anyway, Talkin Ball 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Don't forget, again, get your brackets in. Get your bracket challenge in. We need that in by tomorrow.
Yep.
If you want to be a part of that.
Cherokee Ridge membership for you.
Yeah, it's a family membership, so you and your family.
You ain't whizzing, you ain't winning shirt by then, too.
We need to get some of those done. Yeah. Because I am sure we can sell some of those somewhere. We can put those. What we got to do is got to design them and then get it on our website so we can sell shirts.
We could probably do a coffee mug. If you ain't whizzing, you ain't winning.
We need to make sure we have those shirts for the golf tournament too.
I'm working on it. I'm working on the back of the shirt right now.
Yes. We got to have something because
the wild turkey on the back.
Wizen needs to make an appearance at the golf tournament.
The back of the shirt says, "Consider your feathers ruffled."
Your feathers ruffled. Wow.
But how are we going to tie Wizen back into sports talk, though? How are we going to make Wizen? He's a turkey and he's wild, but how are we going to make him like sports talk-ish so that it how do we tie it back all into us?
Y'all could just start gobbling.
We can find a turkey gobble or something. Brandon will find one. Hell, he hunts.
But we got to make Wizen look mean. So I think for the golf tournament, Wizen's going to make his debut for the race next weekend. But I think it's kind of like the, Spider-Man, where Spider-Man shows up and he doesn't really have like a good costume yet. And he shows up in a makeshift one. Wizen can show up in a makeshift costume next Friday for the race. But for the golf tournament, Wizen needs to be in full-on uniform for the golf tournament. So which one of you two are going to be Wizen for the golf tournament? Brody. Are you Wizen?
Hell no, I'm not whizzing.
He's whizzing.
He's whizzing.
Next, I can't. I'll get suspended.
Go, guys. We've made it through 3 hours. We'll see you tomorrow morning live.
Appreciate everybody. We'll be at Field Day.
Live from Field Day tomorrow.
March Madness well underway tomorrow.
Yes.
After the 2 first 4 games tonight.
All right, folks. Stay safe out there.